ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Once again, we are back. Clydeside, Stateside, worldwide. It's time to rise up and join us because it's hate week, ladies and gentlemen. And the Scottish Falcons show is in full swing once again with another one of our Kettle sessions. So put the kettle on because it's game day. And I am so thrilled to be joined by two of our new frequent flyers. Or we hope they will be in the future going forward. So first off, we'll start with the lasso from El Paso, Dr. Falcon, and yes, we've checked the papers and they do check out. That is his birth name. Yes, as I say, he's been someone that I've been following through Facebook for a long time. And he is every bit the diehard. He looked like he needed some backup because I've seen the man staring down 80,000 angry Dallas fans. He was not scared, but to his credit, that was a great thing to see. But now he's got some backup, so I'm pretty sure that the 20 of us in the group chat, we could handle that now.
Definitely so. Thank you, Will.
Proud to have you.
I appreciate being here, man. It was great to reach out from somebody across the pond all the way to Scotland and to realize there's also diehard Falcon fans there. I've been a Falcon fan since I was born. It's in our family. It's our last name. You know, if you don't go for the Falcons, we kick you out the family. All my sons are Falcon fans. That's just who we do. Diehard to the core. So I appreciate you.
Thank you ever so much, and bienvenidos. Welcome to La Familia. And as I say, we promised you that the hits would keep on coming. And he's a hard man to pin down, but we've also got the host of Unintentional Grounding himself, Lieutenant Dan. Dan, what's up, my man? Thank you ever so much for finally.
How's it going, guys? Goodness grief. It took a hot minute to be able to get over here, but we finally did it. And now that we are actually here, and so much work to be able to get here because the kiddo, the job, the daytime job, it calls. It calls. You have to put the clock in. But we are here. We're here to cover the Falcons. We're here to cover the Falcons against the 2 hours away from me, by the way, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right down I-4 over here. This is gonna be fun. I first time meeting Dr. Dirty Bird, Mr. Falcon over here, and Will. It's exciting to be here, man. Really, thank you so much for having me on.
Oh, we're thrilled. We're thrilled, truly. And as I say, it's that, as I said to you in the back before we started, boys, like this was my baby, the whole AFN international thing. So to kind of spread my wings, as I said when I joined Raymond's group, that it's all just about kind of spreading the wings worldwide, showing love and all that good stuff, especially with the international games as well. Because now that I know that we have an international game as a home game in 2026. I think Des and I should log to bring it to Scotland because we have at least 4 stadiums large enough to host it between Glasgow and Edinburgh. So, like, there's certain places like Portugal, Scotland, maybe the Nordic countries as well, because they're big on their football as well. So there's a lot of scope. As I say, we've been preaching for a hot minute as well that it could be there's better grounds now than there has been and better infrastructure than there has been for a long time to kind of rebirth an NFL Europe sort of thing, maybe as like a feeder league, like the way they use sort of the XFL or the UFL for guys that aren't quite on that level, but if there's any talent that's standing out, it can elevate them and things of that nature. But no, as I say, it's great to obviously get you guys on and continue to grow the family because, as I say, there's some guys that have been here and endured this with us since episode 1, and one of them's down in the chat already. We're Celtic brother, Floyd Donnelly. Good to see you, brother.
Rise up, boss.
As I say, he's been through the technical issues, the bad Scottish weather, the swearing and all. So, I mean, you want to talk about a diehard, that's another one right there. But before we get into the game itself, I did notice one thing. Because it could all go south real quick tonight, gentlemen. So I'll get the good news out of the way to start.
That's not the worst thing in the world, Will. That's not the worst thing in the world.
Well, no, I guess not. But no, congratulations to former centre Alex Mack, and of course, the 2004 Madden cheat code himself, quarterback Michael Vick, as they've both been inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame. So greatly deserved in both cases there. I'm intrigued to see what comes from Norfolk State next season too, but I digress. But yeah, as I say, we've got about 10 minutes to go until kickoff now, just 7. But yeah, it should be a good game tonight. I've not had a chance, boys, to really scan the injury report. I know that Drake's out, but is there anything else that either of you two picked up on that maybe we should be concerned about tonight?
I guess the one thing, and I guess I want to ask Dr. Falcon what he thinks about this, but we have Darnell Mooney back there currently taking punts and kick returns in practice here before the game. I know that special teams has been an absolute abysmal time. I know, Dr. Falcon, you're probably in the same boat as I am right now, but we need someone to be able to make some electricity. Speaking of Michael Vick, we need some electricity in special teams and to make something happen. Where can we make a possible fix for this? Is this a good idea to have Mooney tonight as the returner?
After last game and that second half return for 100 yards, we need to also counter out that we need a good kick returner as well. And if you got to put Bijan Robinson back there, I bet he would do a very good job as a kick returner. You know, at this point, when you're 4-9, who's the best person in the best position? We need you. And so definitely Mooney is going to step up that game. I hope he does well. And I think he's got some experience back there, but we're really going to be pulling for him. But yeah, special teams, I call that crucial teams. They're so crucial because of the momentum that can be created. Those special teams, they can create turnovers and the game can flip immediately. So we need definitely somebody back there that can catch the ball, try to find a kind of lane. So when you're a kick returner, you got to be like a hybrid running back. You got to be able to run the ball. You got to be able to see your blocks. You got to be able to read the blocks. You got to see where people are attacking you. And so hopefully Mooney will do a great job tonight. At this point, I would throw Bijan back there. Can you imagine that guy with open field? Woo, amazing.
This is something that me and Des have been talking about. At 4-9, it's the time to try video game things. So you guys know if we don't use our third running back, so why not throw Nathan Carter, the third back there? He's got some speed. All he needs is one block, and he's off to the races. And another one that galls me is we've got the college Triple Crown winner out of San Diego State and Nick Nash chilling on the practice squad. I feel like he could have been more of a contributor, particularly because, during the preseason cycle, I seen a lot out of Chris Blair and Nick Nash that I liked. When we did our 53-man roster, Des and I had those guys. I kept 6 wide receivers. Those 2 were wide receiver 5 and 6. I don't think David Sills brings a lot. But yeah, I feel like the receiving game is somewhere I'd definitely be looking. Draft, possibly free agency, to bring in a true number 2, because I feel like I'm not sure how Mooney's going to progress coming back from this injury. He's been okay. He's got a couple of touchdowns this year and so on, but I feel like if we can bring in someone who would be more of a true number 2 and we can maybe make Mooney a top band 3, that's kind of where I'm at with it. But how are you feeling about it, Dan, when it comes to that sort of thing?
Yeah, I'm a big draft guy. I'm a big guy into the entire draft class. I'm just looking at guys and going through the entire process from September all the way until, in April when we actually see these guys get drafted. And what a neglected group for Atlanta, right? Like you have Drake London taking your first round. That's been your number 1, but in some cases, and I've been hearing it all through the last couple of years, is this like a 1A, 1B guy? Not necessarily a number 2, but a guy that you want in that slot area. And then what else have the Falcons actually, invested into this group? Little to nothing. And if you want to call investments, star players or all stars from some of the lower teams. No disrespect to San Diego State and so on and so forth, but you've invested nothing into this group. Now, this is a little bit of a double-edged sword, right? Because maybe, Will, you want to make a comment on this, or Dr. Dirty Bird, you want to make a comment on this, but the receiving threat that Kyle Pitts was supposed to be is part of the reason why this wide receiving room is low, because you've been using Kyle Pitts as WR2.
Yeah.
And that has not come to fruition. Now, I mean, we can come up with different reasonings and we can say different factoids, like Matt Ryan was able to get, Kyle Pitts 1,000 yards and, 2 touchdowns or whatever. But Matt Ryan also was able to get Harry Douglas 1,000 yards. So I don't necessarily want to go down the road of, well, one guy made something happen and certain coaches were able to get certain things out of people, or, injuries happen. Through this whole process, we've invested nothing into this wide receiving group because we expected so much of Kyle Pitts. And now, not one, but 2 offensive coordinators later, 2 different people with different visions of how this team should be put together, right? So now you have an amalgamation, a Frankenstein of what one group has done and what another group has now kind of just taken on, adopted. They have not been able, no matter what quarterback they have put back there, to figure out Kyle Pitts without there being a Matt Ryan, immobile, Kirk Cousins to some degree, even just a little bit here with Michael Penix Jr. You saw maybe they can dip into it, but it just has never been an investment into the wide receiving core, which has made this whole, right? Like we now have a pit of lack of wide receiving because of 2 different visions now, and trying to continue the same old piece from the previous regime. I don't know. Should we invest in a draft pick at this point? Should we fix the offensive line with those picks? Is a wide receiver investment, wide receiver 2 investment worth our 2nd round pick, the only one we have that high without a 1st round pick in 2026? I don't know.
For me, the thing with Kyle Pitts is it's a schematic thing. He's proven that he's not a blocking archetype tight end. He's a receiving tight end, but there's also a vast difference in the skill set of what you're actually asking for when you're talking about a wide receiver 2 versus a receiving tight end. And I feel like Matt Ryan knew how to use a receiving tight end. I mean, he'd spent a few years previous with Tony Gonzalez, who is the greatest receiving tight end of all time, for my money. I still put him over Gronk, but you can fight me in the chat, Patriots fans. But no, so you know what I'm saying? And add into the fact that I've made no secret in my faults with the inadequacies of Zach Robinson's play calling. I make no qualms about that. I feel like he's ill-equipped to draw up offenses at this level because he doesn't adjust. Teams know what to expect from us, and even for the talent that we have, we can't get anything done. So I feel like it's like, if you want to make him a wide receiver, make him a wide receiver, but scheme him as a wide receiver. Don't continue to scheme him as a tight end. And I feel like that's where I'm out on Kyle Pitts, but that's not necessarily his problem, as I've said. How do you feel about Kyle Pitts and the whole receiving situation, Raymond?
It seemed like when we first got him, we weren't utilizing him at all as a rookie. He was having difficulty kind of fitting in, but he got some yards. And like Dan is saying, the 2 different offensive minds are trying to have like this puzzle. Where do we use him? Where do we utilize him? But the tight end is super important in the offensive scheme, because that's the guy that's going to run down the seam. He's going to run down the seam and cause chaos when you have 2 high free safeties, go right down their spread. So the tight end, and I think of the best tight ends, Witten of the Cowboys is one of the best tight ends. He was a great blocking tight end. He wasn't necessarily fast, but he had great hands. And when you needed a first down of 4 yards or 5 yards, he was the Aikman's go-to guy. And we have not been able to make Kyle Pitts that go-to guy when we're on 3rd and short on the field, 3rd and short yardage. And so that's when you want to use that tight end, is when you're in those third and shorts. And we have been horrible on third downs, and we have not been utilizing that type of tight end. And so these schemes now, when you have your spread type of offense, you want, nobody in the backfield. You want 5 wide receivers, and Kyle Pitts is out there in the slot. And so, yeah, we've been having issues trying to get him free. But again, it also comes back with the quarterback, like you guys have mentioned. Matt Ryan was able to find Gonzalez, it seemed like, all the time. Kyle Shanahan had that offense running like a well-oiled machine. It was just going, and it was smooth, and plays built on plays, and it created momentum. And it seems like that's for the last 8 years we have been missing an offensive scheme that can go down the field, use a lot of time of possession, but all it is 10 damn yards. You just got to make 10 yards in 3 freaking damn plays. And if you want to go fourth and short, yeah, absolutely, go for it. But just 10 damn yards. You know what I'm saying? 10 yards. Can I just get 10 yards?
It's really not that deep. It's 10 yards, like metaphorically and physically speaking.
That's all
Floyd's
tight end.
Trained for 30 points, and I mean, yep. Let's hope we can get 30 points. But if you want to talk about receiving tight ends as well, Charlie Werner's got some hands. I mean, if you watched Homegrown, that boy can catch. So there's options. If you want to make Kyle Pitts a wideout, you've still got a tight end there that can catch the ball. So I'm not mad if you want to mix things up. But as I say, like, if you want to see us do a lot of draft breakdown, it's something that we're all kind of excited about, with the draft coming in and scouting out these prospects and all that. So if you want to see us talk some draft and break these prospects down for you in some more detail, guys we like specifically for the Falcons, or just some of the beasts, because with no first round pick, we're going to miss some absolute studs. But if you want to hear it all here on the Scottish Falcons show and on the AFN channel or the AFN International channel, depending on where you watch. And shout out also to Dez's ex over at Scottish Falcon for the guys watching over on there. So if you want to see some of that, drop some red and black in the chat. Just let us know you're still keen for this. But yeah, we're live, and it looks like it's 4th and 10 on the Atlanta 44, which means it looks like
Walker almost with a sack. Boys. That was
Good defensive stop right there.
Mm-hmm.
A great defensive stop.
I wasn't big into going back-to-back defensive end, but when you've gone so long without addressing the position, or I actually would like to say not addressing the position, but having failures at the position, because addressing would be going back into that same old narrative again. And it's a fan created narrative, because if either Vic Beasley or Tack McKinley, they who should not be named, if either one of those dudes had actually become anything, they'd still technically be with this team based on age and based on contract. So the timeline is important, and context to that timeline is important. I'm a little tiny bit behind, but we can find a way. Where there's a will.
Yeah, I think definitely, and I've mentioned this on the message chat about how important it is to have offensive linemen. And you talked about what should we draft. And I go back to the Cowboys of the 90s, who had the best offensive linemen. Larry Allen, holy mackerel, that guy could just throw everybody back 20 yards. And so when you have an offensive lineman that just dominates, that's where the trenches, that's where the game is. You're able to protect your quarterback. You're able to open lanes for your running back. Then that opens up everything else, play action, deep passes.
You had to jinx me, man.
Offensive lineman.
Well, there's a will, there's a way, and that's where my tech cuts. Oh dear. Like, as I say, it's Scotland in December. You know what you're getting. Oh, it's terrible.
Those are the two things they're missing, Will. Really bad.
I remember summer last year. It was a Thursday, I think. Right, let's get this, Falcons. We're on our own 6-yard line, 1st and 10.
Dang it.
Those are the two big things that they've been missing for a long time is a proper nose tackle and investment in the offensive line. And I know that we invested in Lindstrom and McGarry, but it seems like we invested in such aged, no offense, but aged products at that.
I agree.
At those spots, and you love to see those guys succeed. But now Lindstrom's almost into his 30s, and McGarry's already into his 30s, and has not progressed year to year. And that's now you've got an aged Jake Matthews on the opposite end who got drafted in 2014. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yike.
Definitely offensive linemen would be looking in the draft, and also defensive tackles, because I've mentioned in the messenger, that's where the battle is. If you just keep an eye on your offensive linemen, they'll tell you what's going on in the game. If they're able to create momentum, if they're able to push back the line of scrimmage, and so far so good. We're able to run the ball, looks like.
Mm-hmm. That's one guy I'm really high on is Lee Nelson at nose tackle, the kid out of Texas Tech. He's an animal.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be really good at the next level.
Yeah. He's a beast. We paid him a lot of money. Something over $1 million to come play for us.
So we now have a tie in yards, which is interesting. So both rushing attacks, at least for the main running backs of Tampa and Atlanta, are at least getting off to their start.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Pitts is getting involved there.
And Bijan's just Bijan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Just skating away from tackles and just...
Oh, yeah.
Credit to Tampa Bay. Their rush offense isn't the worst. Bucky Irving's no slouch.
Mm-mm.
Oh, no.
Mm-mm. I think the biggest part is the quicker that Kirk Cousins gets off. If you're being the Falcons fan tonight and you just want to see your team win because you love the Falcons, then what you want right now is Kirk Cousins to really begin to find some momentum where he ended up beating the same Tampa team twice.
Yeah.
You want that to end up happening.
Oh,
if you are an addict like the three of us are, you might be sitting in the same vein of, well, win or lose, Raheem Morris is probably gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And probably also Terry Fontenot as well.
I would also agree with that statement as well. Yeah.
But to see them lose tonight and then hear the news Monday morning.
It's too painful. I don't know, man.
Would be a cup of cheer in everyone's glass, especially Will.
Sure.
Will over here just needs a little tiny dab of the whiskey in the coffee in the morning. Just
that's it. I don't need to be any more surly. We're not miserable people. This is just how we smile.
Oh my god.
No, as I say, I feel like that's what's warmed a lot of the guys in the States to the Scottish Falcons show, is the fact that the Scottish style of humour is very self-deprecating. And I find humour to be a great self-defense mechanism, especially when your team's struggling. So absolutely. I'm all jokes, but at the same time, as I say, sometimes as a creator, you want to tell the fans what they need to hear, not so much what they want to hear as well. So it's a fine line, but as I say, 38 episodes deep and the people are still loving it. So and clearly we must be doing something right, because we can get all this talent on with us. So as I say, I'm proud of that fact.
I think
so
if you, and this is to anyone at all that is watching or aspires to do content or anything of that nature, find what excites you. Is that draft content? Is that talking about the team every day? Is that talking about rumors? Is that, whatever it is? And then when you're passionate, just go be honest and true and good. And in that way, you'll end up having a blast doing this. It's just so much fun. And then when you end up actually doing it so many times, you'll end up either A, gaining a radio voice, or B, just getting some really good settings, like some good equipment, something there, you know.
Well, that's it. And the most important part for me is making friendships all around the world, and lifelong friendships that you didn't even foresee when you first got into the team as just a guy in Scotland. But it's crazy how things work out. And as I say, after giving up playing, I thought like my days of football were done, and I was like, no, I've got a voice and an opinion here. So, and Maggie's like, we'll come and share it then, and the rest is history. So it was kind of crazy, but just like, as I say, life's full of side quests sometimes, so might as well.
I realized as the season went on and we were doing really good at the beginning and we had high hopes and preseason looked good and okay, we were making some wins and we had high expectations, and all of a sudden, just like the wheels fell off the bus when we did the firing of the McLeod and the coach, and we could never recover the locker room, it seems. And after that, boy, I'm one of those hardcore fans. When we lose on Sunday, I hurt all the rest of that damn week because I hear it from my students. I hear it from my friends. There isn't a whole lot of Falcon fans that are friends of mine, but except from my family. So when I get around others, mostly here in Texas, everybody's on the Cowboy bandwagon. And so, I suffer. And when we win, man, it's like the greatest week. I feel so good because ain't nobody going to talk crap to me. So, yeah, I feel the wins and the losses. I feel the frustrations with the fans. Absolutely. But what helped me was starting to post on Facebook, trying to we're 4-9, but that don't change me. I'm a hardcore Die fan, win or lose, playoffs or not. If we're 0-18, I could care less. I'm Falcon to the core. I always will be. And so when I made the post about me going to Cowboy Stadium and facing almost 80,000 of them, that was about 3 years ago. And I swear, of the whole entire stadium, they may have been 50 Atlanta Falcon fans. But all of those 49, I found them, and man, we had a time. We rise up. And so, yeah. So I felt after this season, I was like, man, I had 9 weeks of depression. All right, that's pretty serious. I got to snap out of this. And so I started posting, routing people up, rallying people up, and trying to get them excited. This is like, you know what? No matter what the season, we're diehard ass fans, and there's still several other teams, 7 or 8 of them, that have losing records worse than us. And just imagine how they feel. Cleveland, holy crap!
So
year after year,
like, that was the whole ethos behind the saying that we close every show with. Like I said to Des, this hurts, and he's like, well, then let the guys in the States know that too. Pain's international, mate. And I went, wait, hold on, I can do something with this. And then, as I say, when we get to the end of the show, you guys will hear why, because it'll be your first time tuning in. But as I say, I gave Raymond a little taster of it earlier on, and he seemed to approve.
So speaking of frustrations, the Atlanta Falcons have a holding penalty on Kyle Pitts, a false start by Elijah Wilkinson, then a delay of game by the entire offense just standing there, and then a short pass to David Sills for 4 yards, 4th and 8, and Falcons go and they punt.
Yep.
Zach Robinson.
Not good enough.
Everybody.
That's Elijah
Discipline.
Terrible.
Everybody. Love it. Everybody. Tampa on their own 17. Woo!
I always kind of felt that when I saw Raheem on preseason, and I think, Will, you may have mentioned this before, that he was trying to be like everyone's friend. He was trying to be real, and you want a coach that's personable, right? You want a coach that has good relationships with his athletes and his,
but you don't
his
want a
players
player's
because
coach.
he's going to pull the best out of them. But there's got to be like, you're the boss, you're the manager, you're the general manager. You got to have a stone face every once in a while because this is everyone's job is on the line. The head coach's job is on the line. His last year wasn't all that great. There are high expectations for this year. We got the people that you wanted. We went to the draft and we got your defensive pass rushers, all this. But after all that, and after this season, man, I would be like a hardcore, little bit, after this season, we ain't going to do a losing season again. My attitude as a head coach the following season would change completely. I mean, all that friendship crap is out because my job is on the line. A lot of Falcon fans deserve more. The owner deserves more. The whole organization, all the front staff, you name it. The whole state of Georgia deserves a little bit better. So I got to be harder on myself. I got to be harder on my coaches. I got to be harder on athletes. Now, there's such thing as a tough love, but I feel like he just wasn't that type that was really a sergeant general to get people to like be disciplined, as you're seeing on today's game again. These sorry ass penalties and these special teams mistakes and people's minds are not in the right spot. And after last week's games, there was a point where he was really mad in the locker room. That should have been done at the beginning of the season. That attitude and that anger should have said, this is going to stop right here and now. And I just didn't feel that change where it was urgent for us to win.
Yeah, I agree. As I say, it's a point I've made a few times in the past, and I can speak for Des on this one too, because I know he backs me up on this one. But you did not sign up to be everyone's friend. The job description for which you were hired as head coach, as such, you're going to have to make some hard decisions. And I feel like the Ike Hilliard situation, and you can give your take on it, Dan, because I know you got pretty animated when it was mentioned earlier, but that spoke to weakness of character for me. The one time that someone stands up and goes, no, I don't agree with you there, and here's why, he's gone. And that spoke to me like that felt like insecurity for me. But I don't know how you would feel about that, Dan. Would you agree, or do you have a different take on that?
So I guess what I'm going to ask is, what kind of show is this? Because how animated do you want me to be about this?
Get animated. Come on.
100% honest.
Really get in. Okay.
Get crazy.
Really get in. Angry Dan moment.
Hell yeah.
Here's my little rant. This is my TED Talk. Welcome to my TED Talk.
Well, as I say, we put the parental advisory, just we put it on once for a laugh, and then we realised, you know what, we might as well just leave it there because you never quite know with this team where it's going to go.
So hear me now. No, on a serious note. It is a level of Kyle Shanahan had a level and air and continues to this very day of one would say passion, but others would probably end up saying ego. A massive ego that not necessarily no matter what he does, it's always right. But the fact that the things that he does do are correct, that they end up, doing what they need to do. He doesn't have to draft offensive linemen very high because he can just plug his guys in because his system is not foolproof, but it works. It's proven to work. It takes particular positions and it elevates them. So my question, it's a hypothetical because not hypothetical, but it is a question that no one in here needs to answer, because we all know the answer already, which is rhetorical. Why and or does he, in any way, shape, or form, Raheem Morris, actually elevate anything that has to do with this team? And if you can answer that question, if you can come to me and you can tell me what Raheem Morris specifically elevates on this team, then we can have a conversation about whether or not he has an ego that's justified. And Raheem Morris is just ego about Raheem Morris, and that I can do the job, I can do this thing, rah, rah, rah. come in here to the locker room. I'm buddy with everybody and get nothing done. Now, I'm not the biggest Arthur Smith guy either. I liked the hire at the time. You think that you're going to get a certain level of excellence because of the procedure you're getting. Long story short is that Arthur Smith was not player guy, but also heavily egotistical, just coach. Too into his own brain and office and title and plaque on the door than invested in what he's supposed to be doing. Neither man has brought in anything, and up to this point has leaned on the talent that has been provided to them. And by the way, and this gets me on another little bit, which it's all encompassing to why this is the way that it is, why I feel how I feel about Raheem Morris. You were given the eggs, the milk, and the bread from the grocery store. Arthur Smith. You made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, a scrambled eggs, and you drank the milk raw in a cup. You did not make anything from the bread, the eggs, or the milk. You just ate it. Then you provide eggs, bread, and milk, and whatever is left over from Arthur Smith's group to Raheem Morris, and Raheem Morris has done what with it? He made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. He drank the milk raw, and he made scrambled eggs. We've yet to have any chef come in here, or even a cook at this point, please, a cook, to make anything at all. No recipes, nothing, zero.
No seasoning, just bland.
Cold bacon. So that's me. That's it. That's my little rant. I'm sorry I took too long, but
no, I'd agree. I'd throw Robinson into that mix too, because I mean this offense is like bland as boiled chicken breast, boys. I'm not gonna lie, and everyone knows it too.
I've never had haggis in my entire life, and I bet it would taste better than what we currently have cooking on this offense.
Haggis tastes phenomenal. Just don't ask me how it's made. Just eat it. I'll tell you after the fact. I would let you enjoy it first.
I've been a chef for 13 and a half years. I worked in really nice kitchens, and I tell you right now, no, whatever we're cooking right now is not even close. It doesn't even. I would want crisps and some type of gravy before I would eat what we currently have going on right now, and unsalted too. I'm talking about make it bad on purpose so that it actually is comparable, because I can't. You were given everything you were supposed to. I think my biggest fault with this entire group is that because you had no identity, you made no offensive line of your own, you made no defensive line of your own, and because of necessity, every single draft you had to draft something in order to get to pick up the pieces of something that you have replaced. Julio Jones goes, you had to bring in a number one wide receiver, so you got Drake London. You had nobody at tight end because you got rid of Austin Hooper. You had to bring in Kyle Pitts. Offensive line just started falling apart at left guard. Finally, you had to bring in Bergeron. Whether it's a first-round pick or a second-round pick, Terry Fontenot has been reactionary only because there's been no identity to follow or no direction or philosophy to follow. There's nothing from either one of these two coaches. It's been the same cafeteria slop back to back, and you can only eat cardboard pizza twice, and then you get cancer.
Yes.
So fix it. Please fix it. And now when you go fix it, by the way, and Will is going to say something about this, Dr. Dirty Bird's going to say something about this. When you finally go fix all of this, you're going to have to get rid of the garlic powder because it's out of date. You're going to have to get rid of the onions because there's worms eating it. You're going to have to get rid of the chili powder because it's hard as a rock. You're going to have to go milk and the bread and the eggs that you brought in because it's molded, it's curdled, and the eggs are laying chickens now. That's where we're at. That's this team. This team has gotten its resources and now allowed all resources to now drain. Go tell me the age of every offensive lineman right now, Will. Will, go tell me
as I say, Dan,
our
like,
offensive linemen right now.
As a Scotsman, you'll never scare me off with food, but when you're talking about the recipe that this offense is cooking, it might even just be enough to turn my stomach. it's been a long season, we'll put it that way. But I'm not. There's so many different ways you can go draft wise, knowing that you only have 5 picks. Ideally, early day 2 would be my offensive line pick because we got a late round guy in Jack Nelson and he's not panned out right away. He may come up in the next offseason. I'm not saying that's not going to happen because obviously he was a stud at Wisconsin, so we can't rule that out. But I want someone who's a bit more flexible because of how injury prone this offensive line group has been.
Would you go center?
Second
round, go center and build outwards, knowing that Jake Matthews and McGarry are going to come back next year and contractually are obligated. You can't cut them. You can't trade them because you'll be in dead cap. Would you try to go from the middle out? Touchdown Buccaneers.
So to speak, maybe if I could see a guy who had center guard flex, someone of that ilk. Yeah, I wouldn't bet. I wouldn't go against that. Because, I mean, Jake Matthews, for being as tenured as he is, he's still got something to give. Caleb McGarry, when he comes back, is an absolute bear as well. So, I mean, yeah, inside out doesn't sound too bad to me.
Just a quick updates. We got 2 sacks on Mayfield. They put a drive together, and it was helped by some penalties that kept the drive going. Terrell had a holding, gave him a 1st and 10. Tampa Bay kept running the ball. And then we were able to sack him, Baker, for the 2nd time, but then that touchdown pass down the middle to McMillan, just right there.
Okay. So I'm going off of this ESPN app, boys. So it's still first quarter, still 0-0.
Still, I think he may have been down at the 1 yard line, but they're checking right now.
They were calling him short, and I think they've just come back. Yeah, okay. They've just come back, and they have just updated. The ball does end up scraping. VAR proclaims that he has gone over by that much.
Oh, dear.
The Julio Jones San Francisco game.
Yeah.
Barely went over. Touchdown, Julio Jones.
So, yeah, we're putting pressure on Mayfield, that's for sure. But we let them – there was like a good long run there that really gave them a lot of yards, and they're passing down the field. But, yeah, they just put a good drive together, about 4.5 minutes worth of possession.
And that sack will be accredited to James Pierce Jr., by the way.
Yeah.
There you go. 6 games
wow.
in a row. That's just the thing as well. Look at the front 7. Now, look at the mix of youth and experience. If we can keep Jesse Bates on the roster with Xavier Watts, with Billy Bowman, with DeMarco Helms, if we can get a stud nose so that JPJ is not getting double teamed consistently, then this defense could be a real threat.
You've got Rook, you've got Dorless. You might end up re-signing Zach Harrison, who has been a sack machine for you. AK is going to end up getting free agency, but you just replaced it with James Pierce Jr. and Jalen Walker, who are currently also both getting sacks as rookies. You're sitting right now with a Breland Trice that hasn't really touched the field much. You might want to consider it damaged goods at this point, but there's a good chance that he can still be a backup for you. Onyemata is on a void year, so technically he is not with the team come the beginning of next year. So what it's almost slotted for Will here is just go get a nose tackle at the 2nd round or the 3rd round here early. Both, by the way, positions next draft, center and nose tackle, which are going to have heavy talents and deep groups. Just a little something to think about as positions that both could potentially be upgraded this offseason and both potentially have holes this coming offseason. And Onyemata leaving, and then you're most likely not going to continue with with your current set for you. You make it up.
I'd agree. It's a big thing knowing that we've only got 5 picks. I have to, like, as I say, we can do the draft content 2 different ways. You can get a little of both. You can get Falcon centric, you can get more general, or we can just kind of mix and match, because with 5 picks, what we're going to be able to do is limited. So I'm having to then think, right, what is it I actually want here versus what do I need? And that's 2 different conversations.
They called it off.
Out to Brandon, first time down in the chat. We're thrilled to have you. As I say, like, we've got new panelists tonight, so we've got new people down in the chat as well. So it's just a good night all round, and it's rivalry week. So if there's ever a better time to rise up, I don't know when it is.
Touchdown Bucks. They finally confirm it. Sean Tucker takes it in. After AJ Terrell defends the Evans. Dirty Bird did report it correctly. Dr. Dirty Bird reported correctly that he was stopped at the 1-yard line, McMillan, and then a throw to the back of the end zone to Mike Evans, defended by AJ Terrell, who batted it away. And then Sean Tucker there in with Vita Vea in front of him, and they were able to knock that through.
Sounds fair. When you get 348 pounds rolling at fullback, that's a dangerous thing.
I used to do that. Yeah, can't stop them. Put the big boys in the back and just let them blow a hole.
That's it. It's worked since the 80s, man. They couldn't stop the fridge. But Tampa Bay's got the freezer.
That was my red zone offense, like the refrigerator from the Chicago Bulls. Just pounded in there.
That's it. And I mean, that's the whole thing that gets me about the tush push. It's like, oh no, we need to outlaw it. Why? See if you can't stop it. Play better defense.
Yeah, I compare it to rugby. What's that? The scrum.
Mm-hmm.
Let the guy scrum. Shit.
Yeah, that's it. Lock shoulders and go underneath. There is a way to stop it. You need to just get under it.
Yeah,
but
lower leverage.
Like, when you think about it, football almost was distilled from rugby, and although it's got so many similarities, there's so many differences too. And
Absolutely.
I feel like sometimes you almost have to take it back to the roots, like the real roots. So it's an interesting thing.
When I was at a coaching position earlier in summer there for a little bit, and there's instructions tackling. And they took some of that tackling from rugby because they're really trying to prevent injuries in the NFL level, college level, high school level, especially because the kids are much younger. But showing proper tackling techniques, they take from rugby. Yeah,
that's the thing. I feel like it's why they were looking to rule out the hip drop tackle as well, as to go back to an almost more fundamental. Because at rugby, there is no stop. So you're not coming from a running start. You're almost coming from the side, so you can drop your whole body rather than more at the hips. So it's more of a swing, and it's sort of healthier and things. But yeah, as I say, I'm all for player safety because, as we say, I shout out to TJ Watt as well. With the lung issue, because I mean that's a scary thing, and anything that can be done to improve player safety, obviously we need to get behind that. They say the NFL stands for not for long, and obviously anything that can be done to prolong that, we would appreciate it. And it turns out that Brandon's up in the northeast, Rhode Island boy. I don't know if we can stop killing ourselves with penalties, because it's something that's been an issue consistently. Just when you think we're getting momentum.
Massive pass to Kyle Pitts across the 50-yard line.
Yes.
39. Thank you, Brandon. So I will update that score. So the PAT was good, right? So it's 7-0.
7-0.
Okay.
So they put Pitts in motion this time, and he was able to take on the nickel corner, which was a great matchup there for them.
I felt he gave up a little bit. He could have really pounded a little bit more for about 3-4 more yards. He just kind of dove down there for a little bit there.
But that's classic Kyle Pitts, and we should know this up to this point. Is that
soccer is that the flop in European football? The flop.
Yeah, the Fosbury flop. Definitely.
I'm sorry.
I think he did. He tripped over his own feet.
It's Neymar.
Not the most graceful move I've ever seen, Kyle. He's no ballerina at 6'6", 250.
He just kind of dove.
He looks like a giraffe trying to put on the brakes. It's just like,
oh dear.
Yeah. That's what. Good job there, Dan.
Oh, I've made no secret about my drawbacks with Pitt's level of effort, but I'll give him that one. That was fun. I'll take that.
I'll take that.
More of that, please, sir.
Just a quick pause, because I know that we're kind of watching over this and just kind of having some fun with it. But a big congrats to Will and the Scots for making the World Cup, baby. Let's go.
Scotland, no party, boys.
That bicycle kick was insane.
Coming to Boston and Miami.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
congratulations. Yeah.
We were, Des and I were lobbying so hard because there was a chance. We seen it teased that Atlanta was possibly getting Scotland, Brazil. And I went, oh, please make this fucking happen, please. But nah, Miami. We'll take Miami, but at the same time, it concerns me. Brazilians
I know
are used
we're
to
the
that
home
weather.
country with those other two teams. I don't know what about those guys, but I know that we're.
Who did you guys get in your group? The US.
Let me pull it back up. Because it's a weird one.
Man, I can't think of right now. But we're in group. Was that Group D? But as they were analyzing all the countries and talking about the greatest fans and the ones that, if you're an American and maybe you don't know so much about European football, these are some countries that you want to go see. Scotland was one of the ones that was mentioned because of the fans are so ecstatic and energetic. They said you want to go see one of those games, and they predicting the one in Boston is just gonna go berserk. Because
and can we put it
a lot
on
of Scottish
file
here in Boston.
Let's put it on file really quick. Let's make sure that we keep it 100, as if Scotland's going to lose to Haiti. Okay, come on now.
Thank you, Haiti, for showing up.
Yeah, the beatdown.
Here's a fun little bit of history for you boys. The last time we made the cup in the World Cup was in 1998. So I was 7 years old. And our group was Scotland, Brazil, Morocco, and Norway. So the only difference is if Norway had made it in place of Haiti, it would have been the exact same group.
Time to put the beat down on Haiti. Time to put the beat down on Haiti and put Morocco to bed. That's how we do it.
Can do that. Like,
get out of the group,
I'm just
boys.
Let's
Brazil.
Go. Like, I'll take a repeat of what happened in '98. Like, sadly, we were already out of the group by the time we did it, but we did draw 1-1 with Brazil. So if we can handle Haiti and handle Morocco and get a point against Brazil, I'll take it. I'll take that.
Okay, so Group D, USA, Paraguay, and Australia, and we still have a play-in that is yet to show up in our group.
Yeah.
Don't know who that is going to end up being. But Australia, we always play weird against them. Paraguay, we could. This is the duality of US football. We could get blown completely out and not show up. Or we could put on a 5-goal banger.
Yeah.
That's that kind of matchup. That could be so good. So good. But we got to see who this last team is.
Yeah.
What groups are you excited for, Will?
Interesting.
What group are you excited for?
I just love the World Cup when it rolls around. I cannot get the Wildcats out again. It kind of takes me back. Like, I don't follow soccer much anymore, but when the World Cup rolls around, like, because I grew up in Glasgow, which, as it pertains to club football, is not so much famous as notorious. When you talk about Glasgow Rangers versus Glasgow Celtic. But that's why I kind of gave up on soccer. But when it pertains to the national team, that's a whole different thing. That's just supporting your country. So I hope they do go all the way.
Here, you can come over and you can come join me with Chelsea. It's okay.
Like, as I say, I'd love to. Me and Des have said many times we cannot wait to get across and walk down Peachtree Street with our kilts on.
Yeah.
And shout out to the ladybirds because the first lady,
stunning in the
down in
blue
the
with
chat.
lion. You look stunning with the blue.
Oh yeah. See that blue and white flag, boy. Woo!
Okay. So Kurt kind of leading these guys down here. Bijan Robinson with a couple of side steps, and they're sitting inside the 25-yard line. And classic Falcons false start. Back
Kirk Cousins is what, 6 for 6. He's completed everything, so he's looking good.
Mr. Perfect at 69 yards.
He's gonna tear up Tampa Bay.
Gents and everyone in the chat, guys on the panel, I'm gonna have to go off cam for 2 minutes because I have a very needy chihuahua at the door, and she won't even let Dad work. So bear with me 2 moments.
No worries, no worries. We'll hold it up.
Hold the fort for you there, Will.
Hey, look. Hate him or love him, Baker Mayfield's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, he came to Texas Tech for a while, then went to Oklahoma because you couldn't compete against Patrick Mahomes. So he's like, I'm gonna go somewhere else. This is the Patrick Mahomes show. They end up going to college football, having some great games together against each other. But yeah, both of them blossoming, man. Yep. Baker Mayfield, he jumped teams there for a while, but had really settled in with Tampa Bay. And I thought Baker Mayfield's weakness was moving around the pocket. He didn't like to be harassed a lot.
I hear a hint of sourness for the Baker Mayfield stuff from you, Dr. Dirty Bird. Just a small, a little bit of lemon.
It's a little bit.
Yeah.
He went to Oklahoma and then he went to Tampa Bay. Yeah. Yeah. I got a little bit of ribbon on that Baker Mayfield there.
Raheem Morris with the double fist bumps going, oh my gosh, Tampa finally got a penalty.
Like, much love to the parents. They don't understand. Pixie on Sunday, she came in and she was actually on the stream for a few minutes, just like looking at the camera. And I went, I think she realised Dad was watching the game because I think I went something like, this is shit. And she was like, gone. I was like, she's like, nah, Dad's watching the Falcons again.
That's done. We don't need it anymore.
She should know, like, when I open the door and I'm in red and black, she should just be like, maybe later. Oh dear.
We're putting a good drive together.
This is a very good drive, actually. Just inside the 20-yard line of Tampa, 2nd and 10. And is that Sills?
Yep. And this is out.
My stream. It seems like my stream might be a little bit ahead of yours.
Christy said it. It's been a problem this whole damn season. Is the penalties we can't get right. We shoot ourselves in the foot too often. And I mean, injuries and poor play calling and poor clock management. It's just been 1,000 tiny things that have made this franchise just not where we should be this year. It's not good enough.
Yeah, I agree. Fans are definitely frustrated. 8 losing seasons. We're tying the record for number of losing seasons in a row, 8. And I don't think we can go 9. Can't do it.
I would agree with you there, bro. Just while you guys are all listening in, I would take the chance while there's now about 40 of you in the chat to just let me know, because I've been having a few audio issues with my headset, so I'm going no headset tonight, so this is just manual audio, so let me know how that's sounding. Go back, watch the last show, let me know if it's better or worse. Obviously, I'm endeavouring to just do my best for you guys as well going forward, so just let me know, folks.
We're glad to have all y'all here. Diehard Falcon fans. Dan, where are you located at?
I am in Central Florida.
Yes.
I'm next to the Disney World.
I've got a niece down there.
Okay.
Sorry, a cousin lives in Fort Lauderdale. Couple cousins.
I'm East Coast, so I'm closer to Daytona.
I got you.
and the Daytona 500, the Speedway.
Ooh, man, I would love to make that one.
It's all right.
I'd love to see what you guys feel about
guys.
this.
I got good news for you. I'm gonna go crazy.
Let's go, boys.
Oh, we're doing this. Oh, we're doing this live. Oh, it's that week. I didn't know. Will, could you let the people know what has just happened?
Well, as I say, I don't have updates right now because I'm focusing on the show, so I'm letting it coming through. So I'll let you take the pleasure, bro.
Oh,
you're in the building. You let them know.
So I'm letting the people know that Kyle Pitts has just caught a touchdown pass.
Yes, sir.
Kirk Cousins short middle to Kyle Pitts, 8 yards, touchdown. Zane Gonzalez was the extra point. We are tied 7-7, ladies and gentlemen.
Half of 8. I'll just do half of 8.
just turn it to the side one.
There we go.
Good side view there.
She chose her moment. Touchdown.
Hey, touchdown. Let's go.
We gotta beat these guys, man. We gotta bring it.
We do. 100%.
We gotta bring this shit.
Brandon says, that's a good question. I feel like for once, I can say for the first time in quite a minute that the kicking situation doesn't feel too bad. I like Zane Gonzalez. He's been consistent so far. So, yeah, give that dude some money. Keep him here.
Yeah,
for me.
I think the thing with Zane is that he is going to end up missing a few kicks through the year. It won't be the biggest deal in the whole world because he seems to not have the yips like we've had with previous kickers, where once they end up missing a kick, they can't hit another kick. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah, well, it's been a scary season. Young Way cooked, and then obviously the whole situation with Parker Romo. That was done from the start. I told my mum this. I went, that's what we get for signing somebody called Romo. It came with the name.
Yes.
I say it now, like that guy's doomed. You can't tell me nothing about that.
I'm something tonight. I've heard it all.
Oh.
Parker.
Like, as I say, boys, you need to laugh. So if you don't laugh, you cry.
Dude, I've been enough crying for 8 seasons already.
Tears of sadness or tears of happiness, boys? Which one would you want to do?
Yeah. Choose your attitude.
You go. It's not Brandon's first rodeo either. He's been a dirty bird since '97. It's about 2007 for me. What about you guys? How long have you been Falcons fans? Because I mean, we're all well invested at this point. We've all got plenty of scars to show.
Yike. Dr. Dirty Bird, how long have you been a Falcons fan?
I started watching the Falcons probably, they came in the league 66. I was born in 70. I would say 73. 75 when I could really figure out what was going on. But my last really memory is probably around 9 years old when I started watching all those players from back then. Tuggle. Wow. It's hard for me to recall players from 9 years when I was 9 and 10 years old, but I remember Tuggle. I remember the red helmets, the throwbacks with the white jersey with the red letters. Damn, that looked good. So tonight again,
4 years
throwbacks, they're looking good.
The 74 Grits Blitz, man. That's insane. Like, talk about an OG. Like, you've been there through it all. So
all of it, man.
This is how I feel. And for the Fulton County faithful, it must be depressing or at least disheartening. We've followed the team for this long, through the great run in the Georgia Dome as well, closing it out with beating the Packers with just phenomenal electric atmosphere. And then look at what's happened in the Benz. We're 32 and 39 in 71 games. It's never been, nor is it now, a fortress to us. And I feel like teams used to be, when we had the Dome, teams used to be scared to come into Atlanta and now they're not. How about you, Dan? How long have you been a fan, and what made you decide to embrace this pain that we're all in?
So really crazy. I think it was about like 9 or 10 actually, when I ended up actually understanding how like football works from just the actual game perspective, not even just like the coaching and things like that. And similar to Dr. Dirty Bird, actually, I was watching the 1999 Super Bowl appearance. So I watched Mort Anderson kick a field goal on Thanksgiving or close to Thanksgiving. I was holding a Nintendo 64 controller and was pretending I was the kicker, and Mort knocked it through and sent us to the Super Bowl against that Vikings team. So I kind of became a fan of the Falcons at that point. But watching the Falcons through the Dan Reeves era, Michael Vick, into the Michael Vick going to prison, Bobby Petrino, Joey Harrington as our quarterback, turn around Matt Schaub for a hot moment. Matt Ryan gets drafted in 2008, and then I really started paying attention to like drafting and how that worked through the Thomas Dimitroff era. And then I was a big advocate for Dan Quinn during his time in Atlanta, just because of the identity of the defense. Everybody wanted that Seahawks style or level defense. And then after that, man, it's been doing the shows and things like that through that time period. So yeah.
That's the thing. Like, I got so sidetracked and going down memory lane and reminiscing with y'all boys there that I almost forgot to update the score. So yes, Kyle Pitts did get a touchdown. It's on there officially now. But yeah, I was just having a look at some of these chats as well. So shout out to Jeremy down in the chat. Good to have you with us. And just obviously reading some of these chats out as well. Brandon, about your grandpa from Augusta. Shout out, he was a Steelers fan, but it's funny how things work out sometimes. Like that Georgia vibe just gets you sometimes, and that's another reason why I love doing these shows so much. Is some of the chat you see down in the comments is amazing. Like how happy you guys are to hear us in Scotland talk about how excited we are to come and see you guys in Atlanta. It's crazy how the internet works, but for all the dark side and the denigrations of the internet, it is a blessing in a lot of ways too. So
the Bucs are putting a little bit of a drive here together now, starting to make their way down. And amazing play by Caden Ellis and company there to cause a loss on their run. So we're looking like we're going to end up coming up with a stop here and maybe end up getting the ball back in the early second quarter. Are the Falcons about to mess around and win this game?
You know what?
We're giving them the best.
I wouldn't bet against it. I said to Des, we're just going to do this to give us false hope. Oh, yeah. But as Maggie says down in the chat, to all the guys down in the chat who are new, share this out to your people. We want to get more guys on the panels as well for future shows. We love obviously talking Falcons just whenever we get the chance, and there's going to be more big things to come. So if you want to be part of that, then let Maggie know or get at myself and Des. Let's keep growing this thing. I'm especially speaking to you guys over in the UK now, because as I say, stateside we're pretty stacked. We know talent, but as I say, there's such a big crop over there of Falcons fans that, but we will keep the hits coming. But as I say, if you're over there in the UK or Europe, because I am, as I say, open talks trying to get the guys over in Germany, Alexandros and his boys on with us for a sort of international super show. So as I say, if you've got if you want to make that happen, drop the red and blacks and let the boys over in Deutschland know too, and that's something we can hopefully make happen for you too. So as I say, we're happy to do. Just keep things building. Let y'all see whatever you want to see. And let's hope it's the same from our Falcons. And they can keep building too.
So the Falcons will start somewhere around their own 29-yard line, and not bad.
Appreciate you, Brandon. And as I say, if you want to join us on the panel, what I could maybe do is drop the link in the second half maybe for a little bit. See who wants to come on and have their say as well. And I do see there's a starred comment here as well, which I'm going to take a look at, or I can't actually see it for some reason. This StreamYard. It will be the death of me. Oh dear. We'll get there with it.
We're putting some pressure on Baker. That's great. We're making him very uncomfortable. He's making really unorthodox throws. He's not connecting to people, so that's good. We're making him uncomfortable, putting pressure on him. Seems like defense is going good for the first half. It's just going to be that third quarter, how we come out from the halftime with that same momentum being tough, or do we lose that momentum in Tampa? But I think Kirk Cousins, he just has a hard-on for Tampa Bay, boy. He's going to take it to him, and people are going to follow him. Tampa Bay is a rival. We can't just take this one easy.
It's going to be no easy game. We're going to have to fight for it.
All the way, every inch.
Mm-hmm.
Every inch.
That's the thing. I don't want to finish fourth in the NFC South. I know y'all boys don't want to do that either.
Shout out to Falcon Cheeser with the membership, bro. Thank you, man. I appreciate you for Will, man.
That's your brother top, right?
Gotta support the homeboy.
Hell yeah.
That's right, man. You accepted me, so you're gonna be stuck with me for life.
Oh, that we wouldn't have it any other way, brother. As I say, every Thursday, every Saturday, games notwithstanding. So tonight would have been an episode, but as I say, who's going to do an episode when you can do a watch party and beat these Bucks? I mean, come on, that's no choice.
Bijan Robinson with a long run. You guys gonna see it. I might be a little ahead of you guys, but he's looking good.
I'm going to be right back. What I have to do, I'm going to have to jump out of the room and back in because I'm struggling to get you guys' comments out, and I don't want to leave any of you out. So I'll be right back in with you boys, all right? Just bear with me 2 wee minutes. I apologize.
31 yards.
That's right.
31 chugs.
Looking good.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. And a hold. And the hold.
Oh. Our luck. That's just us. We'll get it back.
Now, wow.
If you guys do want to pull up comments, you can click on them, but I'm having some issues. So I apologize if there's anyone who makes a comment that I don't single out tonight. I just know that we do appreciate them all. We will try and get back to as many as we can. And we appreciate you obviously chilling, watching the game with us. I can't have nice things, boys. That's all. But we keep grinding.
Yes, sir.
That's all right.
Man. Great run by Robinson. Called back from a hold. Damn.
Another run by Robinson for 13. So gains a lot of the penalty yardage back, especially after the false start on top of it. So
how long is it left in the quarter, or is that into the second now?
It feels like the first quarter just like came and went, like just boom, it's gone.
Yeah. We're holding our own, boys.
Mm-hmm. All we want to see. I did not want us to get blown out tonight. I don't think I could have handled that after the Seattle game.
No.
A close loss would tell you exactly what this team is is looking like as far as like what kind of level of competition it can take.
Yeah.
But win or lose, it's all about Raheem Morris getting fired, boys.
Yeah. That's it. Like we've been saying, it's been win-win for a couple of weeks. We either get a win on the record or we're one step closer to this coaching staff being fixed. So you've got to find some kind of silver lining to it all, I guess.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people fighting for their jobs tonight for the rest of the season. If he can win out, which I don't think we will do, but I'm hoping that if we can win tonight and we can at least beat our divisional opponents and have some pride at the end, I think that could maybe, but I just don't see it, even if we do that, saving his job. It just seemed like he just mishandled the organization. He mishandled the team. It seems like they never were cohesive. It seems like we could never get good weeks. Like this week, great week. Next week, great week. Put string of weeks together. Put a string of months together. Great performances. You can lose and you can be a 4-9 team, but at least look like you tried. Look like you gave everything, all your effort, and you didn't shoot yourself in the foot. Those losses shouldn't have been mistakes of our own, but that's what you can really determine is what kind of product did he put out on the field. And I can see that this year it was just in shambles. It seems like it was broken. We could get no momentum week to week. And it seems like there was always a drama, always some kind of event that was always throwing us back. And so that comes from the head coach. He determines the temperature in the room. He determines the attitude, the pathway. He's the leader, and everyone follows from him. And if the team looks horrible at 4-9, and when we have, I think that's on the coach. That's on the coaches. You should have higher expectations, higher standards. I don't know what you got to do, but you got to pull this team together for the rest of the season. If you're looking even to Arthur trying to keep him.
Two big pass attempts, both incomplete, and then a false start by Bijan Robinson makes it a 3rd and 15.
These penalties are driving me crazy, boys.
It's just undisciplined.
Yeah, undisciplined.
And like you were just talking about, Doctor, if you gotta have a
guys, I've coached teams. I've coached 13 years, mainly in the lower levels. I've done a little bit of work in high schools, but I was in the middle schools. I was teaching all these the little kids the basics of football. And no matter what kind of season, if we went, a losing season, at least the parents knew that the team looked good out there, that we lost with composure. We gave it our all, and we didn't beat ourselves. It just happened that they were better, and we executed. We did everything right. It just, they were the better team. We did not beat ourselves. And that's what I see a lot of this year, is that we just beat ourselves, making really horrible mistakes. And that comes from the top. You got to fix that. You got to fix it. It should have been fixed last year.
Jake Matthews, actually.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I feel like, especially when it's kids, you that's a narrative you've got to have. And I feel like there's some things that are bigger than the scoreboard. For instance, like the club that I finished out my playing career with, we had done a couple of opportunities to play against American Division 3 colleges. And we won't go into the score lines, but that was never what it was about. It was more the love and the growth of the game and international solidarity. Plus, we played the Alma College Scots, so their head coach came over fully kilted in that, and we put some iron brew in the dressing room and things like that. So it was a great laugh and a great day when it happens. But now there's some things that are bigger than the scoreboard. But to a certain point, obviously, it does boil back down to, in the NFL, you've got to perform, and we haven't been performing in the level we should have been.
Yeah. I agree. And that comes from the top. That's the head coach. He's the one that's driving the bus. Everything is his way. He hired those people. He okayed those offensive schemes. He okayed the defensive schemes. He okays the special teams. But yeah, it's just this team looks like it's never cohesive.
Please don't go for this.
Yeah.
Please don't.
But tonight we're giving it to him. Tonight we're looking good.
Yeah.
We're still killing ourselves in penalties.
Okay.
Again, those are the simple.
Depends if, I don't know if we go for it.
No, we punt. Ooh.
Yeah.
Thank
goodness. A little short.
My heart was going to
Penalties.
burst.
Penalties. You're pushing yourself behind the chains, and that's just not. You just can't do that.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you're going backwards
to their 20. That's fine. That's fine.
Going it on fourth down. We're going for it on fourth down on the other side of the 50, boys.
No. They punted.
It looked like that. We got an injury. I might be behind or ahead of you guys. I don't know.
You are now behind me.
Behind. Okay. I'm losing this. Okay. I'll catch you.
I'm just following this ESPN live, so kind of a little bit behind, but it's all good by me.
So Kirk Cousins has now got Kyle Pitts on the board as the leading wide receiver, 4 receptions, 1 touchdown for 58 yards. And this is what we were talking about earlier when we were talking about the wide receiving room being gutted, is that you must justify Kyle Pitts as a wide receiver to justify the lack of investment in the current wide receiving room. And here you go.
Mm-hmm.
But are you going to even pay for his services next year? He would cost you an arm and leg to keep.
Now you're asking.
Mm.
And what I've seen from the narrative around the A is that a lot of fans aren't keen on paying Kyle Pitts. They think he's the odd man out.
I've said it a couple of times on Twitter. I know you've probably, put an eye on it at one point, but I said it just, from a logistic standpoint, it just doesn't make any sense. If I was building a store and hiring employees for that store, it'd make no sense for me to take someone and put them in for $30 an hour, but they're just doing cash register work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't. That's not to be cruel, but you're not worth $30 an hour.
Yeah, cost and effect, 100%.
Yeah. Now, Drake London.
There we go.
Now we have a different discussion.
There we go.
Yeah.
A potential Pro Bowler had he been injury free. Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah.
Scottish Fox fan, I have a question for you. Are you paying Bijan Robinson, especially with the trope of paying running backs being a thing, a real thing?
I feel like you have to. I feel like he has to be given the chance to run behind a full offensive line. I feel like he's proven that even when he doesn't run behind a full offensive line, he's consistent. I mean, yeah, he has fumble issues occasionally, but you're not going to get a player like that very often. His sideline to sideline speed and elusiveness is to a level where it may be number one in the league, at least in that category of movement. He's a special guy. So yeah, I would do what I could to keep him here. Yeah. I'd give the guy I'd pay him, definitely.
Does that mean cause and effect from a contractual and team building viewpoint in your opinion? Do you believe you need to now restart at quarterback because you can't have that high of a cap responsibility now? Because I know Michael Penix is here, but you can't possibly keep Kirk Cousins in the responsibility and pay Robinson that type of money. And we don't know the level of Penix's return. So should you restart that clock, restart the pay scale on quarterback, and say Penix and a 2027 first rounder should battle this out to see who keeps this job?
Wow, that's a good point, Dan. It's kind of hard to argue against that one.
That's a tricky one.
But yeah, that's a pretty good point.
Who to pay?
Yeah, I'm with Will. I think you gotta have your running back, Bijan, because football depends on the running game. Everything opens up from the running game. Your pass, your back section play. Even on the spread offense, you're still running the ball, and you got to have somebody back there that is consistent. Which he's been through college, and he's shown us that he's got 1,000 yards already. He should be a Pro Bowler, but those fumbles, those are fixable. Those are things that are coachable. Those are things that he can really reduce right now, and so those are things that are fixable. But you can't coach speed. You can't coach his misdirections and his light on his feet, and he's so hard to tackle. You know, he doesn't have big shoulder pads. He kind of finds those little holes in the line. And he's gone. Such tremendous takeoff speed. But yeah, definitely he's going to be a Hall of Famer one day, and you want to keep him as an Atlanta Falcon for all his life.
Yeah,
kind of what we do with Matt Ryan.
Nothing more. And I would do that at the sake of the quarterback position, because I feel like some of the money that we can maybe give Bijan would be freed up by cutting Cousins versus paying him, because I feel like there's enough there in terms of we could pick up a bridge QB in the form of a Trey Lance, or maybe a Dylan Gabriel, someone of that ilk. It doesn't have to be a solid number one, because we are leaning so heavy on the run game. So you wouldn't have to pay as much. I wouldn't say we're at Jameis Winston level, but someone like even a Gardner Minshew or something like that for the right money, a Mac Jones. I mean, there are options out there for a quarterback if you want to give Bijan his money. Or of course you can go draft. I mean, Mendoza looks like a stud, but he's going to go first round. So I'd be more looking into kind of day two QBs, which I've not done yet, admittedly. But as I say, it depends what basket you want to put your eggs in, doesn't it, boys? I guess.
Well, it's an old trope. It's a trope that you end up relying on because it continuously like pays back to you over and over that you should never overkeep or overpay a running back. And you don't want to, just because he's one of the most exciting things that you possibly have. And he is incredibly exciting. Let's just be straight up. Very exciting, Bijan Robinson. Very valuable to what we're doing. But if you know you're about to go through a offensive line renaissance, you're going to have to rebuild this offensive line, then you know that at least for a few years, that Bijan Robinson is going to have to lean on scheme to get his guys going, because you're going to be depending on rookies or free agents that you're going to acquire in the next 2 years. And you know, based on the guys that you have just said, Will, that 2026 to every Falcon fan, whether they want them to win or not, knows that it's going to be a season, that you have to pay the loan, unfortunately, back for everything that you've done up to this point. Your dues must be paid. The piper must be paid. So unfortunately for the Falcons, this next coming season, they'll have to make a decision on, do we rush everything back in the thought process that, and knowing this team, we will overcompensate for our issues, but will we hire an offensive line to come in here and take advantage of the current group that we have now? Or will we turn this into telling the fans and telling the organization and telling everyone here that this is finally time for us to rebuild? And do you trim the fat from there and work it? Because you're getting $22.5 million in cap space from Kirk Cousins cutting before June 1st. The money won't come into effect in any proper way for you in 2026 if you end up cutting him after June 1st. Yeah, you will get $35 million, but $35 million on what? The draft class, and you'll have missed out on all of free agency up to that point. So you're going to either make the cut or the trade before June 1st to get the most money out of Kirk Cousins. That's enough money to get one good free agent. Just being honest, or just getting a bunch of guys that you currently have here. If you're going to make any substitutions or any offensive additions, it's going to be in the idea that Jake Matthews or McGarry has gone in 27 when their contract. Go look at it over the cap. Go look at it on a Sport Rack. 27 is the year that both of these guys are going to be able to be cut. So you're going to end up getting a backup for them or a replacement for them in 26. If that's the route you go, that means 26 is a wash. And you're clearing cap for 27 when you want to re-add a first-round pick and, develop and invest at that point. You don't even really have a lot of money next year unless you, and this was something you alluded to earlier, let's keep Jesse Bates. Let's keep it strong. Maybe you need to get rid of Jesse Bates and restructure that contract in order to open up room for you to say, let's adjust from what we currently have going on. Just my 2 cents and some of the stuff that's currently going on at the moment.
Got a Tampa Bay field goal. They were able to push the ball down the field, but our defense didn't break, right? We kind of just flexed a little bit and held them to a field goal. So I think that's okay. Rather not have given them a field goal, but we're still in this, boys.
Well, 10-7 is better than 14-7. I'll take it.
Hell yeah. We'll bend. We ain't going to break.
I feel like in a lot of cases, what's been the downfall of the defense is down to 2 things. For one, I don't feel like we've stacked the box nearly enough against the run, but I also feel like our offensive problems have also reflected poorly on the defense, and so much as they've been out there too long, and they're just being beaten down. It's a battle of attrition, essentially, and I feel like that's been where people have started going, oh, maybe this defense isn't what we thought it was. No defense is made out of iron, and I feel like that's been a big point as well.
I'll comment on that, Will. We saw an interview by Ellis, and he talked about the defense is that you want to make every play. You want to be there. But in the real life, you're not going to make every play. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to get beat. But the key is to keep that momentum defensive-wise, stopping the run, defending the pass, putting pressure on the quarterback, causing chaos with the defensive tackles, doing twists, getting outside, whatever you can do. But it's true. Defense, they bend, and you're going to give up some plays, but you got to minimize those big plays, minimize penalties on defense as well. Something like a 4th and 1, jumping on a 4th and 1 call, little things like that hurt us last week was just, those things are taught, you watch the ball. And so, yeah, I concur. I think we've got some draft things to look at. I think we're in a rebuilding session now. It feels like we're rebuilding, as Dan is saying, with all these caps and money going everywhere. And what do you do with veterans and contracts are coming out? But from this point, 2026, man, this is like unpredictable. We're not too sure what's going to happen, but I feel that it may not go too well.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I've seen a lot of narratives kind of painting that picture too, Raymond. I feel like you can almost feel that this could well be a process more than an instant fix season. So I wouldn't be surprised if we're not in a winning position for more like another maybe 2 or 3 seasons until some of these boys start to mature and develop a little bit more to the level where they're more complete in terms of players. But as you say, it all depends on the off-season process too. Because I don't know, we've been wrong many times before as Falcons fans, so they may well surprise us. But yeah, as I say, it's going to take a lot of investment, and that's another reason why I'm growing the family, because it's a very, very interesting draft class this year, like from so many positional standpoints. So yeah, I'm looking forward to breaking it all down and seeing what we can use. Because that's, as I say, I agree with the boys' sentiments earlier on. Like as Dan was saying, I'm a draft nut. I will sit for like I will spend half the season just deliberately doing mock drafts so that I'm in a position to kind of pass it on down to you guys. So now that this will be like essentially my second draft cycle with the AFN, I'm hoping to kind of give you guys something special. So you've got all that to look forward to.
That'll be fun, man.
Yeah, man. Looking forward to it.
Here we are, Atlanta, putting on a good drive.
As soon as I can get this tech sorted, I will be able to respond to some of your comments. So if you comment on the video instead of in the chat, I'll get them. Yeah, as I say. But yeah. That points.
Kyle with another massive catch.
There we go, big guy. Scheme him as a wide receiver. We use him as a Megatron. It's working.
See, this is what I like. When you bunch him up and you get him on the outside and he ends up getting the favorable matchup against the corner, the slot corner, and then he just blows by him. This time he tried to leapfrog their safety and got upended, but we are now inside the 20.
Like, do you know what? I just hope we can keep the momentum going. That's all.
No way.
I think I'm ahead of you guys.
2 for 2.
I'm
Kyle
ahead of you
Pitts
guys.
is now 2 for 2 on touchdowns tonight. No way.
We got this, boys.
Oh,
Kirk Cousins gonna light him up.
there we go.
Kirk Cousins, Kyle Pitts gonna light him up.
This 100%. I'm back on it. I had to flip the phone to do it, but I'll do it this way if I have to. Right. So shout out to everybody who's been making comments. I'm just back on top of them now. So I'll single out Jeremy's there. Pitts is on fire tonight. So yeah, another touchdown for number 8 there. Or another big catch, I should say.
Is this real? Are we for real right now?
You tell me, man. You know what? If you boys are the good luck charm, you are coming back for every game. That's it.
Kirk Cousins gonna light him up. He's gonna bring it to Tampa Bay, boy.
Oh, they're gonna pay this guy. Oh, that's what's gonna happen here. This is that game. Oh,
so we're just waiting on the pending PAT then.
Up and through.
Up and through. 14-10.
14-10.
Let's do it, boys.
With 38 seconds left in the second quarter. No way, dude.
That's how to go into the locker room. Now come back out of the locker room with that same momentum.
Yeah, that's it. Let's see if we can get a 100-yard kickoff return this week.
I saw they didn't have Mooney back there. They had two other kick returners. I didn't catch them. Washington, I think, was one of them. We're on them, boys. We're on them. Yep. We got them sweating. They're getting nervous over there.
This is not real.
Like, did any of you realistically see that Carolina might actually win the NFC South this year? What's going on?
Clue.
What is happening, man? It's a strange league, I tell you.
What a turnaround.
Sometimes we don't even know what we're watching anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. What a turnaround Carolina's put together. Wow.
Kyle Pitts' legacy game has started, boys.
Interesting point, Brandon. Okay, Pitt's making me want to franchise tag him.
No, it's $16.5 million. Don't do it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that one, Will.
Oh dear. I don't know if I'd go that far, but he's doing well right now. I'm keeping my money in my pocket at least this week.
Million. No.
We got him on the run, boys. Kirk Cousins, lighten him up.
No.
Always these Bucks. Oh, it's Kirko's night again, man. He hates these guys.
Yeah. Division, you got to step up when it's a division rival. You got to step up.
That's that.
You got to step up your game.
I'm stunned. I'm absolutely stunned. I'm sorry. I'm just reading all of this going down right now, and I am absolutely stunned.
Yeah.
12 of 16, 2 touchdowns, both to Kyle Pitts for 155 yards for Kirk Cousins as we're about to go enter the tunnel here. Pitts with 110 yards tonight.
Wow,
so far on 6 receptions for 2 touchdowns.
Just an impressive night. Hopefully we can keep it going in the second half, but I think that live score can get switched to the halftime tea break. Did you say we're into the tunnel now, bro?
We are about
I've got 21 seconds left. 21 seconds?
21, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think over here in the US, they're putting more commercials. And so when we got out of commercial, I'm behind you, but then I get up in front of you real quick. So sometimes I'm behind on my commercials. They get me behind, and then sometimes I'm up ahead.
Tipped by Rukaroro, almost forward, almost to
compensate for the ads.
Yeah, commercials on Prime Video.
I'm watching West Coast. Like I watched San Fran, Arizona earlier in the season. I was getting it really bad, so I don't know if it's a regional thing. I'm not sure.
It could be. I think it is. Over here, US, they just flood us with ads. Damn.
Yeah, face mask. They're gonna call it. That's terrible.
Yeah. You know what? That's a fantasy game and a half. I bet you're glad you played Pitts this week.
Every fantasy
shout out to all the
now.
Fantasy owners that went, nah, do you know what? I'm gonna take the unicorn because he's finally came to
Elusive is the unicorn. Truly, you cannot see him through the forest, but when he appears, his shininess, his long horn.
Say his name and he appears. We believe in Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
Oh
no.
A long throw, long pass. Come on, defense.
I mean, if you're going to leave him wide
Mr.
open.
Slant at it again.
4 sacks on Baker, fellas. I might be a little ahead. I'm sorry. I may have spoiled that one.
No, not at all. Let's go. Another sack. This defense is balling.
4 sacks.
Who came up with the sack?
Crap.
The fact that he just fell down. James Pierce Jr. again.
It's got his third?
Yep.
Oh, no freaking way, bro.
Trifecta hat trick.
What 2026 pick? What 2026 pick? I want to hear it.
The hat tricks.
I think the University of Tennessee needs to be on my Christmas card list going forward. Like 100%. Thank you for that.
Thank you. I'm at 7 seconds left. Timeout, Tampa Bay. 2nd and 8. Was that where you guys are?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
10. Yeah, 8 seconds. That's it. That's what 8 sacks now. He's had a sack in each of his last 6 games. He's winning Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Absolutely.
I think at this point.
It's going to turn a lot of Falcons fans' opinions around because I said when he got drafted, I said, if James Pierce Jr. can give you 10 sacks by the end of the year, then he's well justified.
Wow.
Because that's a rookie number that you want to see hit. If you can get to that rookie number as a first-round draft pick, then you've done what you needed as a rookie. Then the next year, we want 10 or more sacks. You don't have to get anything crazy. But 10 sacks as a rookie. He's on the cusp. What is he at right now? 8?
8. I think that would be 8, yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, I think he had 5 coming in.
Yeah, that's the thing. From a standpoint of, I know it's all edge now, but as a outside linebacker versus end argument, I prefer James Pierce Jr. with a hand in the dirt. I prefer Jalen Walker because he's a little bit shorter. I prefer him as a stand-up sort of off-ball outside backer sort of guy. But I don't know if you've got a different opinion, but I feel like he's more served as a linebacker because there's talk he can even do off the ball work as well. So
they're gonna say that he was a man there and not call it an intentional grounding, but it looked like freaking intentional grounding to me. That's just my opinion.
He got off on that one.
Yeah.
And we certainly shout out to Brandon Dorlus. He has been playing exceptionally well, especially when you consider he's a bit undersized too.
10 penalties. Falcons 10 penalties in the first half. Wow. That's what we talked about. Discipline.
Get this, Doc. Both leading tacklers for each team, the Bucs and the Falcons, are the safeties.
Wow.
It's Anton Winfield Jr. with 8, and then on Atlanta's side, it's Xavier Watts with 6.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Tampa been throwing the ball a little bit, but we're in there.
Yeah.
We're taking it to them.
Falcons have 2 sacks and the Bucs have none. Right.
Fellas, I've got to do a quick nature break. Be right back.
Yep.
No worries.
Agree with you. So that's time for the halftime breather. So I'm going to be off cam for a couple of minutes too, but I will keep the audio going just to keep you all company while you get your vices fed and back into the building. As I say, guys, if you want to hang back for a few minutes afterwards, I'll discuss a little bit with you in the back about what the plans are going forward as well, for avatars and things like that for when you're off cam. But as I say, just wanted to get the band-aid off, so to speak, and get your debut show sorted. So as I say, can't thank you enough again, but we will see all y'all good people in a couple of minutes for the second half.
Vince.
14-13.
Let's do it. 14-13.
Well, I'm here. Those guys are going to take their break and relax.
Oh, no, I'm still here. I did say I'm audio only, but I'm still here.
I'm
getting rid of me that easily, boy.
I'm taking over the show now.
Oh, you know what? It's yours. I need a few days off. No, it's great to see you. I wouldn't know what to do. I got no place else to go, like Wayne's World style.
Well, it's an interesting game tonight. First of all, Kirk Cousins looking pretty good. I wouldn't say that he's necessarily, hitting on all cylinders. The rushing attack has been mitigated today. I think that has to do with Kirk Cousins finding familiarity with Kyle Pitts tonight. Obviously, 111 yards on 6 receptions, 2 touchdowns tonight. One on the short pass, the other one on the nice kind of dipper pass into the end zone, the corner of the end zone there. James Pierce Jr. 2 sacks tonight. Tampa has absolutely 0 sacks. Chat. I mean, it's not even close. Not even close.
That's a stat you love to see. The offensive line are finally stepping up for as much as not even bad, but just constructive criticism as I've had for Elijah Wilkinson this year. Mm-hmm. It's good to see that we've not had the quarterback running for his life quite so much tonight.
And the stat that I just shouted out just a moment ago with the doc was that the respective tackle leaders for Tampa and for Atlanta are the safeties. Anton Winfield Jr. with 8 tackles tonight, 4 of them solo. And then Xavier Watts with 6 tackles tonight, 3 of them solo. The safeties coming in with the high tackle stats tonight. Linebackers take a break, take a seat.
That's the thing as well. It's one place where I feel like, losing Divine Diablo for the time that we did was massively detrimental, because I feel like Diablo's so much better than what I thought he would be when we signed him. I feel like that is our middle backer pairing for years to come in Ellis and Diablo. But as I say, what we would need to allow them to flourish is, again, what we said earlier, and that's that big nose to let everyone just make sure that it's one-on-ones, and they can then take advantage of that. But it's who do you get and where? Because when you're talking about second round, there's some big names that are going to fly off way in advance of us ever coming on the board, I feel.
It's going to be really tough for Atlanta, because I was talking about it in my Discord. I said to people, look, if you can go one of two ways with this, and we were talking about the quarterback situation, but all of these moving parts being what they are, there's really only two areas that the Falcons can go. The first of those areas is the Falcons utilize their free agency to bring in veterans for the offense and stabilize it, while they make the necessary adjustments to the offensive line and who their quarterback is going to end up being floating with Bijan and floating with Drake London, and re-signing Kyle Pitts to a contract and trying to make it work from there. Go into the draft and utilize their draft selections on defense and continue to build nose tackles, corner, CB2, a young linebacker to come in here if they don't re-sign Ellis. Or you can go the opposite route here. You can use your free agency on defense. You can go find your tune-up pieces for the defense, chalk it up with veterans that will do what your new coaching staff wants it to do for the meantime, because you've already added so much youth already to the group, and you want to keep allowing that group of youth to flourish. So you find CB2 in free agency and so on and so forth. And go into the draft and utilize your draft capital on wide receiver to replacement for Tyler Algier. Maybe you get your backup center or a tackle or a guard that you want to line up for the future. And then go into 2027 with the idea that wherever the Falcons are sitting pick-wise, you're going to invest potentially quarterback, or on the opposite end of this, you're going to end up investing in the highest tier or caliber defensive player available, BPA. And I think those are dangerous routes, but one of them has to be necessary based on the coaching staff, whoever ends up coming in. It's deep to think about.
Yeah, that's a whole nother angle to take it off in, and that's the beauty of you coming on board with us when you did. Is that's something we can explore, even if you want to do some one-to-ones, or if you want to do some big panels and things like that. That's something we can break down for y'all in the future. Is just all of these things that we are speculating. Pardon my French, is pissing into the wind right now, because we don't know what the coaching situation's like. Therefore, we don't know what their attitude is going to be like towards having their own guys around them. And so we can only comment so far in that regard. So it's going to be fun to kind of figure out what pieces in a way we're actually playing with, and then putting them in place. So it's going to be a fun journey, I think, Dan, regardless of kind of where we go in the end. But as I say, it's too early to tell where we're going to be at come next season just yet.
Imagine a Clint Kubiak currently leading the Seattle Seahawks as their offense coordinator, getting a shot or an opportunity to come here as the head coach and as the guy that runs our offense, and say that Kyle Pitts comes back. I
like that a lot.
Hard not to like. It's a sip of Kool-Aid with a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
I don't know.
100%. It's bad for the teeth, but like every now and again.
and you just said it. It's the trope of the Atlanta Falcons. You overcompensate for the thing that lacks the most, and the lack of identity from the offensive side of the ball and what it's supposed to do will lead you to getting an offensive coach like a Clint Kubiak to come in here to overcompensate for all the issues that you have. And like you said, with the Kool-Aid, it tastes sweet. It's absolutely wonderful. And you're going to probably drink 5 cups of it, but it's really bad for the teeth. And in the Falcon situation, it's really bad to overcompensate on the offensive side of the ball when you need an all-around coach right now. You really just need like a average at everything, jack of all trades and masters of none, you know?
And that's why I liked Mike Tomlin, to his credit. Although he's not skilled offensively, if you're talking about head coach, if you get him a good offensive coordinator, like possibly a Kubiak McDaniel as OC, to bolster how good he is in terms of his defensive knowledge, you could really have something there. But again, Tomlin's not an offensive guy either. So I don't know, man. There's a million ways we could go. And at one point, I was liking bringing Sarkisian back, but he doesn't want to leave Texas because at least he knows how to utilize Bijan.
For a half minute, I was trying to do the Joe Brady bit where I was like, Joe Brady would be absolutely fantastic here. But then thinking about what type of current quarterbacks we have and then the quarterbacks that are coming in the near future is like, you might as well just then call 26 a wash and be trying to get your next Josh Allen, because even Josh Allen has kind of raked him out from being under the coals. You know, it's.
Well, you know what? I'm going to throw up a Hail Mary here, and you know what? If you want to leave the panel and just quit all further shows, this would be the point to do it. But how do you feel about John Gruden?
I've had that name thrown on my plate, and it's very tough steak for me to digest. Maybe it's just because it's not the kind of the savory or the sweet or the whatever spice that you're trying to put on it for me to be able to eat it. But John Gruden comes in. I guess he could be that coach you're looking for.
Yep.
Do you want to bring in the drama of him and his little beef with the NFL, his little what is that? He's got like a whole thing with a judge and everything, like a court ruling.
Yeah. I'm not sure because obviously we know the kind of Atlanta kind of creates its own drama in some ways, so I don't know if we want to invest in that. But like purely from a coaching standpoint, and like as Brandon says down in the chat there, he's at least accountable. He'll tell you, look, I've got problems with the NFL, and here's why. But I can see here too that Brandon thinks he won the court ruling. I don't know if it's still in or out. I would need to double check that. But I know he definitely has had issues with the league. So I don't know what the actual realistic chances are of him coming back. But as I say, at this point in the season, all we do is we just throw shit at the wall and see what ends up sticking.
It might not be the worst idea in the entire world, because then he would probably end up going and saying, okay, so at least Gruden would be the type of person to say, I know that I won't be here forever. So I need to find someone almost as a consultant to find someone to be behind me when the time comes and someone needs to take over. Because Gruden, like Brandon was saying, Gruden will be accountable for whatever happens. And Gruden's also the kind of guy that would be like, and yeah, I got this young guy that I've been putting behind me that is running my offense or running my defense or whatever, and he's going to be the next coach in line.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, who knows, man? The upset, like as we say on pretty much every episode at this point, is the topsy-turvy world of a Falcons fan.
I jokingly said in my Discord, so this will also let you know, Will, whether or not you will be inviting me to any more of your podcasts or your chats or anything going forward.
Okay, shit.
But I said jokingly in my Discord, if things don't end up working out, then in this gentleman's current situation, would you turn the keys over to him, not as a coach, but as a general manager, and allow him to run things from the top? Can you guess the name that I put in my chat?
Bill Parcells.
No. It's really funny because this guy is connected to Bill Parcells.
Belichick? Yeah.
Belichick is a general manager.
Yeah. Bill Parcells wanted to be, but they wouldn't let him.
And allow Bill to take over responsibility for the roster and how it's put together. I think that would be really interesting to see. Now, okay, the general manager would have say over who the next coach is going to be. So I wonder what that would end up turning into, because Bill would want somebody that's accountable and somebody that also is probably going to end up being his like minion.
Like I can kind of see both, like the yes and the no, but I mean, I like my food spicy, so it's not going to turn me off. I don't find it unpalatable. It's interesting, at least.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I'll say that much. It gives me some food for thought. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll get back to you. I'd need some time to process that. It's an interesting one.
So here's Brandon says something really interesting in the chat. So let's put this spicy sandwich together. What if it's Bill Belichick as general manager, and then McDaniels gets fired from the Dolphins and comes here as the head coach and offensive coordinator? He doesn't have accountability for building the roster. He's only coming out here to be your offensive coordinator and be the guy that's running things on the system. He doesn't have to have answers, because Bill is probably going to end up, because of who Bill Belichick is, they're going to want to interview him. They're going to want him to come to the podium for answers for anything that's going on. And Bill and McDaniels are probably just going to sit there and go, this is what we're doing. As long as they win, McDaniels won't ever have to say a word. And really, honestly, if you think about it that way.
I agree, Dan.
Josh McDaniels he was talking about.
Okay.
Interesting.
As a head coach.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
Right. There's going to be some interesting
Falcons putting a drive together, and it just went flopped. Another flag.
Oh, there goes. We're 7 to start the half, man. I was praying it into existence, but it's not materialized.
Yeah, just hurting ourselves. Another flag.
Yeah. Kyle Pitts too was the false start. Oof.
Another 5 yards back on the third down. That's going to be 3rd and 14 now.
Yep.
And it's a throwing situation. You put yourself in a position where 3rd and long, you're going to throw the ball. And so they back up more people.
Dr. Falcon, it's a wide receiving Kyle Pitts screen pass that we end up receiving here. I hope to pray that is not the case.
That is one thing that's let me down. This screen game has been lackluster this year.
Yeah.
Awful,
to say the least.
Yeah, they need to go learn from people who do real good screens.
They need to
Sean Payton is a good screen guy.
They need to bring an offensive coordinator.
Be running more screens.
Sean McVay, also a good screen guy.
But to make those blocks, you need a serviceable offensive line. So we really shouldn't be running as many screens as we have been. To be honest,
all of these problems all at the same time.
Like, I don't want to be that guy that says you kind of need your blockers if you're going to be catching the ball in the backfield, but it's kind of self-evident.
Putting the ball into the end zone. Got a flag.
They're using Kyle in this short area field passing game and then allowing him to cut across the field and get a wide receiving block. So almost like an end around, but only 5 yards down the field. It's a very odd play. Kurt almost died.
To me, that's possibly just bad play calling. I mean, if you need 14 yards, why are you throwing it 5 down? 5 yards deep. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Or if you're going to end up doing that, why is that pass not a pass to Bijan Robinson in that spot, who has the much greater speed and allow you to be able to pick up those 14 yards?
Exactly. You need to throw the ball down further, 20 yards, 25 yards, 15 yards, catch, first down.
And
but when you're
Zach Robinson's play calling, I don't know what he has no situational awareness.
Kindergarten.
And that's going to come
with crayons.
Yeah, inexperience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a chess game, and he's bringing a checker strategy. It's not what you're
Thank
wanting.
you.
Fellas, I'll confess, when I first called offense, I was horrible. I was horrible calling my first year offense. It took me a good 3 years to really solidify my coaching and calling plays. My first year, I was not thinking 2 or 3 plays ahead. I wasn't thinking of situations like 3rd and 10, 2nd and 10, stuff like that. I was just run the ball. I was just I called a lot of run plays, but I was horrible.
It is official. James Pierce Jr. 2 sacks tonight now puts him at a total of 8 for the season.
That's great.
Woo!
Yeah. Like, I don't want to hear anymore that we lost a first round pick.
That 2026
I never
pick
have been
early.
one that sold into that narrative, and I didn't understand the people that did, because all we essentially did was give up swap 3rd rounds and get Xavier Watts, and then lose a 7th. I'll take that all day.
Easily.
Because I'm not being funny. If we pick up a player in 2026 who comes in and gets 8 sacks, you're gonna tell me that it's a worthwhile pick, aren't you? So why is it not a worthwhile pick that we did it a year early and gave up a 7th to do it?
Yeah.
So I don't understand the narrative that some Falcon fans hold that we lost out, because I don't see realistically, I don't see a version of events where we lost that.
It's pointing out the obvious and making it into a bigger deal than it is. They don't have a pick in the first round in 2026. Yeah. We used it a year early.
Yep. Yeah, we sure did.
It's hard to understand about that. And it's not coming back. It's not coming back. He's here already. Don't you guys like it already? But we don't have a Okay, so
it's crazy.
You guys
man.
are just looking at A, B, C, and D, and you're not looking at what does A say?
Yeah, exactly.
What are these cigars on the screen? Did you have a commercial for like a thing on your doc? Did you have a thing on there that was like cigars? Yeah, what was that about? They looked mighty tasty.
Hey, we might have to have one after this win.
That's the thing. I think they know exactly what they're doing. They put on Atlanta, and then they're just like vices.
Vices. Yeah.
How did they know?
I need some of that Sky Rizzy.
You have watched Atlanta Falcons. We consider you a deviant. As such, we recommend the following content
to cope.
Falcopium. Taken twice a day will keep you from getting upset about Falcons football loss.
Oh man, I need one every hour.
I need one. Gosh, that's got to be expensive. I hope you're using.
Need one every hour.
That's it. They know we love what's bad for us.
That's funny.
Oh dear.
They leave us in a room thirsty, and then they just put a Coca-Cola. They know we'll drink it. Oh gosh. They almost broke it. Thank goodness for Watts, dude.
Yeah.
Like I feel like in a certain way, things are so crazy in Atlanta that when we finally win the Lombardi Trophy, it's going to be so much a shock to the system. It'd be like having a time machine and taking a can of Monster back and giving it to someone in like Victorian England or something.
Yeah.
It would shut their entire system down. Just like programmed to compute and process this.
Taking a 5-hour energy and just chucking that thing when we've never even had a cup of coffee in our lives.
Come on. Evans is he's just hard to defend, man. He's just a great receiver. He going to have a good game against everybody.
You're right, Doc.
He's just a damn beast. You can do whatever you want, but he can find that ball, and he's just got great hands. He fights for it.
Slinging it, man. Love him or hate him. I said it a little while ago. Baker Mayfield is the truth, dude. He's just a solid quarterback. Like, I just love him or hate him. He can sling. And that's
the thing. Like, I was talking with one of my friends about him and Brock Purdy specifically, and for a long time I had it in my head that he was like Purdy in so much as that he was a systematic quarterback in a system for which he was programmed to succeed. But the more I see of him, I went, nah, do you know what? I actually feel like Mayfield's the more talented of the two. I feel like Purdy's a product of the Shanahan system, but I feel like Mayfield can truly make plays off his own back a lot more than Purdy can. So I'll admit when I'm wrong, to my credit.
I can agree with that. I sure can. Yeah, Baker Mayfield, when he first as a rookie, it took him a minute to develop, and he was with the Cleveland Browns, but he had so much pressure from other teams that he couldn't really get a good start. And he was the one that if you rattle him, that's how you get to Baker. You got to rattle him. You got to put pressure on him. If you let him sit in a pocket and sit there balanced with his 2 feet, he'll tear you apart. And he likes quick throws.
Getting beat up.
Yeah, he likes quick throws. You know, get rid of the ball quick. He doesn't like getting sacked. He doesn't like getting pressured.
Sack! Let's go,
we'll
dude.
definitely open the chat for that one if we win
Number
the
5.
Super Bowl. I'm telling you that one, Brandon, because that's really going to be the day when church is in session. We'll all be having a bit of a religious experience that day. I tell you that. So, like, that's the beauty of it. Like, 60 years and no ring, but we will be here when the first one comes along. So
Brandon Dorless sack, boys.
Yep.
There we go.
Number 5.
See, that kid's a stud. I don't want to hear that he's only 294. You don't need to be 330. Like, get somebody 320, 325 to play off him. That's fine, but Dorless is a stud.
Yeah.
Rook is probably going to be a really good rotational defensive lineman that will build into an above average player, but Dorless is turning into something kind of scary. He needs another year under his belt to really get all of it. But him plus Walker James Pierce Jr.,
yeah,
I'm digging that, man. It's nasty work that they put together this offense.
And another great point by Brandon, like, we didn't know what we would see. He was on the bench all last year, and now he comes in and he does this. So, yeah, like, the level of progression, like,
penalties, killing us.
Player of the year, anyone?
See what this penalty is all about.
Again, penalties extending their drives, giving them first downs. We're just hurting ourselves here.
I like that one, Brandon. By your leave, I'm gonna use that. Jimmy Lake, aka Jimmy Puddles.
Get D Alford off my team. Just any day now. He can just get on the bus and not come back. That'd be totally fine with me. That's buy him a taxi, yellow cab, send him downtown.
3 times in 10, he'll make a nice play, and it'll be such a nice play. You go, I actually love D. Alford, and then the other 7, you're like, get him away. I don't like him.
Get out of here.
But it's those 3 that make you go, is he actually good? Wait, am I tripping here?
It's like when your buddy buys you some shots, right? And you drink the first 2 shots and they're picklebacks, and you're just like, and then he gives you the buttery nipple, and they're like, oh, wait a minute, I'll take another shot. It's totally fine. Let's do another one. And he just gives you a bunch of licorice and more picklebacks. So you just
another penalty.
Good night.
Another face mask.
We're going to be over 150 yards in penalties by the end of this.
That's got to be what, our 15th penalty now?
13 penalties for 86 yards, brothers. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm not about this.
Yeah, that's not going to help at all.
Raheem Morris looks on. Let me give you the Raheem Morris look.
Yeah, that's it, Dan. Perfect.
He's looking at the scoreboard, but he won't see the score.
Perfect.
Like I've been saying it for weeks. He's just looking up into space, like as if he's looking for divine inspiration.
Is a 45% player.
Tampa Bay on the 5.
Yeah. Agree with that.
Good defense.
Just
good defense.
Tripping. That's
You're right,
the penalty
Brandon.
they
Shout
called.
out to Rook as well. He sat on the bench last year too, and the pressure rate's been through the roof this season. That's true. So, I mean, even if you want to go forefront, that's real nasty. If you've got Dorless and Rook, and then you've got Walker and Pierce, that's real nice. And you've got Floyd still floating about in the mix too. So, even if Ebiketie walks, I mean, we're in a real good situation in terms of our front 7 here, boys.
Pretty terrible to I don't want to be like the Mr. Correct you, but Floyd is a free agent next year. and Ebiketie, so both of them will be gone. So the looming weird elephant in the room is, would you get one more edge? Would you go get another veteran, or would you draft one more? It'll probably be a third-round pick. You won't invest a second-round pick. But would you do it? Because remember, you named off a really good young defense, and you didn't even say Billy Bowman, AJ Terrell, and Xavier Watts, who are also all either A, going to come back next year, or B, are young and currently already affecting things. Touchdown Tampa.
Yeah, and that's where I would look at free agency, or say asking if Leonard would take a club-friendly deal. Just be like, you are a mentor here. You're helping build this thing. Would you take a little bit of wiggle room to come back for one more year and help us do this thing? And we will do everything we can to get a playoff run, and then we'll see what happens. So I agree with Brandon. I feel like if we can get Len Flo back, I would probably do it for the right money. I don't think I would necessarily make Edge a draft priority, given the other places where we need to build depth. But that's just my money. As I say, I likes it here. He's part of the culture. He seemed to enjoy that mentor with thing in the off season and the preseason process with James Pierce as well. So yeah, I mean, if he's bought in, bring him back, because I'm all about a culture. Like, if you want to play for the jersey and the man beside you, like, build that. There's not enough said for the camaraderie of a good team. Like
then I have a question.
Baltimore Ravens as well.
I want both of you to answer it separately. We'll start with Doc, and then I'll give it to Will. There are 3 free agents the Falcons will have this offseason. I want you to pick if you could only pick 2 out of the 3 to bring back for next season, who would you bring back? Here are the 3 players: Zach Harrison, Caden Ellis, and Leonard Floyd.
That's a good one.
Doc?
Me, I'd go with Ellis and Floyd right off the bat.
Okay, Will?
I don't know, man. It's gun to head. Ellis is what I would do. I'd cut Lenflo. I'd keep Ellis, to be honest, because I feel like he's the captain. He's
with
really
all of them
one
being
of the
free agents. I'm bringing back Ellis, and I'm bringing back Zach Harrison, because Zach Harrison was getting you sacks, and he's young. He'll be on his second contract, but this will be his first kind of I'm getting paid bit, and he can bring you. He can bring you that extra step that you're looking for, that Floyd barely provides currently right now.
Yeah, fair.
I see that,
but I just feel like Ellis is too.
You got to bring back Ellis like that.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of
he's your cornerstone in your defense.
You know what I'm saying?
And Diablo is under contract next year, which leads people to believe that maybe you add a linebacker in there, so then when Diablo goes to leave, you could sign him on cheap, and you can have a starter in the rookie who comes in, and you can start playing Ellis as an edge if you wanted to. Because Walker and Ellis are very similar in that design.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a good
See,
argument.
now you're having fun.
Yeah, Walker, you could really flex him everywhere. He'll back up and do pass coverage. The guy can play edge. He can play linebacker. If he wanted, he played defensive tackle. That guy's he can go anywhere. He can cause most damage everywhere he's at.
So if I only could bring back two, and those were the two that I'd bring back, then I would go into the second round and I'd go grab a center that drops. And then I would go into the third round and I would grab a nose tackle and I would call it a day.
Mm-hmm.
You're hired.
That's something I'd be interested in because I need to look again at the O-line class, but I hear that it's fairly stacked this year. So
it is poor. This O-line class in 26 is poor. It's a lot of developmental guys, which works in Atlanta's favor. But this draft class currently is top heavy on wide receiver and edge and defensive tackle. So if this was, it's like the opposite class for what we did last year, which is funny.
A defensive tackle would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Almost threw a pick.
That was a close one.
Yeah. Kurt, please.
Don't force it too much. The last thing I want to do is just we played them hard this whole first half. I don't want to have another instance where it all goes to pot.
Bijan.
Yeah, Bijan, boss.
Wow, Doc. Bijan.
Grab that off the ground. But this far off the ground, that's great hands for a running back. Great hands for a running back.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see the replay.
Just a little chuck. Oh my gosh.
Offensive line struggles are offensive line struggles. We've got the best most complete running back in the league. You can't convince me otherwise.
Wow.
I told you, didn't I? Blair, Nash are right there, and you go with David Sills. I'm just gonna let that hang. Wow.
We'd like to have that one back. Two plays later, run it again.
Wow.
Womp, 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 womp.
Run it again. 2 plays later.
One of those Madden moments where it's like, bro was butt ass naked. How in the world, bro, did you drop the ball?
Oh. A run-in touchdown. Untouched.
Mooney?
Yeah. Mooney got us that first down.
Sills, bro. That's wild. I'm in favor currently of cutting Mooney, but it only saves you $7 million. And then you only have one wide receiver on the roster. So that's also a problem in its own right.
Yeah, you're right. It's not a lot of money. And that's a fair point too, Brandon. Casey Washington does seem to be being punished. It's like, show me on the doll where Casey Washington hurt you, because I don't know why he's being kept off the field.
Hashtag free Nick Nash. Practice squad bullied. Where's my dude?
Get him signed up, man. I do not know why we've not utilized that, man. And it's just maddening at this point. It truly is.
Mm-hmm.
I would honestly at this point I'd be seeing if anybody will give us anything for Mooney. I wouldn't be shy in moving on from Darnell.
Let me see what you can get trade wise.
I would shop it.
They missed the man.
Intentional grounding, of course.
But he was face masked at the same time.
But Penix throws intentional grounding. It's
The white hat should have caught that face mask on Kirk Cousins right there.
Oh, told you the hits would keep on coming, boys. We've got another one of the frequent flyers joining. Brother E, what's happening, man?
Hey, what's going on,
gentlemen? How
we doing? Finally got in here. Long day. We finally got a Kobe Bryant sighting. I'm excited. I like it. I love it.
After getting bullied, bro.
Yeah, he's a raw fit, but I mean he's still green. He hasn't been developed yet, but I like the fact that we're throwing him to the fire. You know, because we didn't get a chance to see him a whole lot early in the season. But I've always been the one that's been a fan of learning on the go, and the way that he's doing it, and against one of the best in the league, I love it. I mean, it has no season implications as whether he succeeds or fails. So, but it is a look forward to the future. I mean, this is a big learning curve for him. I love it. I love it.
Well, if you end up trading Mooney, just to quickly hit you, Will, if you end up trading him or releasing him pre-June 1st, you're getting a dead cap of 11 and a savings of 7.4.
Yeah.
But an after June 1st cut, which would be probably to just pay the draft class at that point, you get $11.9 million in cap savings, and then end up getting dead cap spread over between the 2 years, $6 million in 26 and $4.5 million in 27, which is not hard to eat, and it would be completely justified, especially if you end up going and get yourself a WR2. But
Right.
you know, then that again in its own right is investing capital and or free agent acquisition money into wide receiver, which is just maddening.
It's going to be real interesting to see how Terry Fontenot is going to be able to flip the fact that we don't have that first pick. So
you mean Bill Belichick? Gotcha.
Like it's a fair point too when you're talking about Kobe Bryant. I feel like he's incredibly unpolished, but the ceiling for that kid is insane. Like he could be something really special, but again, it's how much time are you looking to put into him as well for me. Do you know what I mean by that? So he's a process, and it's kind of how he's going to be coached going forward. But I feel like Ulbricht's the guy. Been doing well so far.
Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't be a bit surprised, if we can look at this two ways too. If Raheem stays, offensive coordinator definitely has to be replaced. If Raheem goes, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we have a Robert Saleh, Jeff Ulbrich reunion here in Atlanta. I mean, I love it. I mean, the situation in New York, a lot of people don't understand how that situation went down. They were set up for failure from the get-go. But those are two damn good coaches, and they coach very well together. But and as you can see, what Jeff Ulbrich is doing here now, what Robert Saleh is doing in San Francisco, they know with the job. They know what they're doing. Just a matter of getting them in the right ideal situation. I think we have that here in Atlanta. Raheem just didn't make the right decisions initially coming in, and it has backfired. So he has to either he's going to learn from it, or he's going to continue to reap the bad rewards from it. So shall I say, because he didn't make the good decision. He didn't at all. He didn't help himself, and they didn't help him. So and it shows. So I'm actually looking forward to next season. It's going to be a matter of how Arthur Blank goes from here out. From here on, shall I say, him and Terry Fontenot, how they continue to build. I mean, a lot of people are they're wanting to boycott the Falcons. They want to clean house, but a lot of people don't understand what that means. It's really easy to say just fire somebody, but when you fire a general manager, you're talking about another 5-6 years of losing. It's not an easy process. When you fire a general manager, that means you're scrapping every game plan, every thought that you may have had of building this. That means coaches got to go, players got to go, because every general manager is going to come in and going to want to put their own footprint on the season. So they, you got to be real careful what you ask for. Then the other thing there, people not realizing, they already want to move Atlanta. They want to move Atlanta to another city. And I'm like, if you do that, if you boycott, that's giving them all the ammunition in the world to say, okay, they don't want us here anyway. So let's just go ahead and move them. So we got to be careful about what we want out of this so-called rebuild that everybody want us to come in with. I mean, I don't get why everybody's wanting us to scrap. I mean, we have a damn good team. It's just a matter of getting the right coaches in here.
I think it's leaned heavily on that talent, though. And like you were saying, the coaching needs to come in here to be able to utilize. And here's the other bit.
Right.
Develop.
Right.
That
there
talent.
You go.
Because for two coaches now, and I would even say 3 coaches if you want to put Dan Quinn in there as well. For 3 coaches back to back to back, you have not developed any talent.
Right.
Through that whole process. And so by not developing the talent, you have created the holes and the gaps that you currently have in this team. You have a wide receiving depth that's absolutely abysmal. You have an offensive line that's aged itself because you haven't added enough to that structure. You have a defensive line that doesn't have defensive tackles, and we've had to invest back edge picks to be able to make edge now not an issue. You've done this. You didn't get a quarterback after Matt Ryan left. And that's a pinnacle that you have to be able to do to be able to make it like continue to work, to keep the rookie contract, keep things moving forward. So I like what you said about bringing in Saleh and having that reunion with Jeff Ulbrich as DC. And if you ended up doing that, would you hire Clint Kubiak's brother that's currently the OC there in San Fran? Clay Kubiak.
I'm on the verge of now of any offensive coordinator we bring in will be better than what we have now. I love Kubiak. You know, it's a different look for Atlanta. I don't think he has the same playbook that we're utilizing now. Kubiak has more of a although it is run heavy, and it's primarily almost like what we have now, but he likes to pass. He likes to pass. So, and that's what I like. But he, like you said earlier, we're going to have to develop this wide receiver core, which have gotten tore up for one reason or another. And it's going. I mean, whatever offensive coordinator we bring in, he's going to have his hands full. I mean, as far as running back, I mean, he has a nice feel. So,
I mean, he has McCaffrey and a whole bunch of other there. His brother, obviously, Clint, is in Seattle doing what he's doing. But if you brought in Clay, the little brother. With Saleh is currently there, looking over this, would this be a hire that a Saleh would bring in and say, I've already got my DC there. Jeff doesn't want to be a head coach. He runs a decent defense. It's got a good blitz rate. It needs more pass coverage. Obviously, we can give that help to it. But if I bring in Clay, who's a young, he needs his opportunity to be a real OC in this league because he's kind of like the temp OC with Shanahan running things there in San Fran. Bring him in that particular style, bring that play action, bring the grouping that we know that we're going to use Bijan Robinson.
Exactly.
Then, I'm buying it, man. You serve me up some apple pie hot out of the oven, man. Like I'm in. Like, let's go.
Well, one thing you like when you change coaches, you like to see chemistry among your coaches too, and they definitely have that. They definitely have it, and Kubiak, he's going to bring that Shanahan mentality with him. So I mean, he's learning on the go. I mean, even though he'll be a first year full-time OC, I mean, like you said, he's really learning, and he's learning from one of the best in the business. Will I take Kyle Shanahan back? Oh, most certainly. I think Kyle Shanahan has really learned his lesson from that Super Bowl fiasco. But I mean, Kubiak being the young guy, the young brain, he'll be more willing to do more of the intangibles as far as taking chances with the offense, especially with a team like what we got with so many weapons that we know we have. But I still don't understand
having that experience too of failing as a head coach. Well, I wouldn't even say failing because he was with New York, and New York is just a fail in its own. But having the experience to go there and see what an owner wants, what a general manager wants, what's happening there in that position, and then be able to step back into a comfort zone and go, I know what I am and what I am not. Let's go ahead and be the coach, the nucleus, the identity creator for this team. And then let's bring in a young guy that can come in here and be the offensive guy. And I know my defense is going to be what it is.
Right.
That's That's consistency.
Yeah,
That's
very much consistency.
That can give you the foundation that you're finally looking for. And
right.
Maybe all the Falcons fans can finally get back to what they want, which is that 4-3 defense, and they can have their edges back. Gosh darn it.
Right. Well, we have our fan base.
Abraham
story. So I mean, but a lot of people are frowning on the fact that we gave up that pick to get JPJ James Pierce Jr. But a lot of people don't understand that we got exactly what we've been begging for years. We got. I mean. If we finally got it now, everybody's still complaining. I'm like, come on, guys. And like now, going into this draft, we can actually focus on the trenches. We can actually focus on the offensive line, because we have our edges. It's just, I mean, that's why I didn't agree with everything that Terry Fontenot did, but his end result, I'm like, wow, he's really doing it.
And you can take consideration that you've had two different minds come in with two different philosophies and two different thought processes in what they're trying to do to build their team.
Right.
And you can tell one coach was specifically into, I can bring in veterans, I can bring in guys that I know can work for me.
Right.
And then everything else can be, the Kyle Pitts, the Drake London, the B. John Robinson during that time. And then you can see a transitional shift in thought process because the general manager obviously wasn't having it. And that's why we even invested in Desmond Ridder. Do not say his name ever again. But you can tell the general manager had one thought process that we can't continue on this same trope. Like, I can give you offensive talent, but you got to utilize it. And it wasn't utilized properly. And you go into this next grouping and these guys are like, we're going to bring in the veteran. This is a stupid idea. Never repeat this ever again. But you bring in the veteran and you bring in a guy to bridge because that's what should have happened with Matt Ryan was the bridge quarterback should have been in to then take over for things as the veteran, the wily guy that's been leading this team is gone. Kirk's not that guy.
Initially, I thought Kirk was going to be that guy for us. I really did.
Sad potato salad.
Yeah, I mean, now it's like a bad taste in your mouth now because I mean, I did a whole show on Kirk Cousins, and I actually thought he was going to be that guy. So, but I mean, I don't know if it's Kirk Cousins and his inability to develop that chemistry with Zach Robinson, or is it just Kirk Cousins? But this season has been strange to say the least. I mean, it's and it started from the draft. When we picked Penix, and they didn't let Arthur Blank know, like, hey, we're not going initially with our game plan. We're going to defer because we have a chance to get this quarterback in Michael Penix. So, but you would think that conversation would happen like before they make that pick, but the fact that it didn't.
Conspiracy theories be what they are. Why would you tell an owner and a CEO who have a very specific you do how we tell you to do things mentality? Why would you tell them your master plan and then be told no?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I don't understand it.
And I've tried to say this a couple of times, but I think it goes pretty deep in that idea that conspiracy or not, theory or not, obviously Rich McKay has gone to multiple visits out of the States on their Germany game and their London bit, and he's not operating with the Falcons, right? He's not operating way, shape, or form. But
we're just dumb fans. That's all.
Oh no!
We don't know what we're
through the trees, right? That's what we're being told.
Right.
Yeah. Well, there's
I think, and being an older guy, I'm going to say that you tend to want to rub shoulders with people closer to your age, and it's a hard thing to put something like a football organization into like real young people's hands who that has an idea that you don't exactly agree with. They're going to come with a different idea than yours. I'm the type of guy. I like the old school football way. I'm like the Rex Ryan, Jerry Glanville type football. That's me. Nowadays, it's a lot different. Football has changed. Like now you almost can't hit the quarterback almost now. Like me, I was the guy that I always got punished for hitting the quarterback when I was playing. So I didn't care whether he had on that red jersey or not. I wanted to hit him, and I did hit him. But like now, like I said, the game has transitioned so much now that any game plan that you come up with is you have to defer to how football is being played now. It's not one of those things where you can say, "Oh, okay, we're just going to run the ball down their throat like the old days of Earl Campbell or the old Houston Oilers way, where they just ran the ball down your throat until you just got tired." Now they strategically try to implement like play action. Like back then, there was no play action. Either you was under center or you wasn't. There was no play action. They just hand the ball off and you just ran the ball down the opposing team's throat. But it's different now. So I guess it's one of the things you have to grow with it. I refuse to. I'm still just an old school guy. I just love some football. But like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how Terry grows from here, because he's not going to go anywhere. Because who else would you bring in? There's nobody else to do what he does. I mean, he's an economic.
Somebody else that's not going anywhere, and that's me, because regardless of the weather, I will grind until the whistles read 0. So can someone do me one favor now that it seems to be behaving itself for now? What's the score? What have I missed? Is it still 14-13?
It is 20-14. Bucks with
20-14.
Bijan fumbled the ball. We were they Kirk threw a cross route to Bijan.
Yeah.
He took 3 steps with the ball. They poked it out. He fumbled it.
Yeah.
So that wasn't really good. So right now, 20-14. Is that right?
14. Yeah. That's 2 games in a row where he fumbled the ball. So hopefully this is just one of those
punched
things.
it right out. Evans is probably out of the game, perhaps.
To the Falcons fan conversation of trading Bijan Robinson for 39 first-round picks that would desperately be able to save this team and franchise effective immediately. This is the conversation I have to hear on the Twitter and the Discord.
39.
People coming in. If we just trade him to Dallas would give all 3 of their first-round picks to us.
People.
Here's a question, Mitchell. Where did this narrative come from that it's me and Dez's favourite player? I love him because he pulled on burnt orange and he now pulls on red and black. I feel like it's self-explanatory, but I wouldn't say he's my favourite. I support any of the 53 guys that walk on this roster.
There you go.
Well, until they do something that requires me to give up on that support, like continually drop the ball or miss blocks or some of the other things that we've seen in ad nauseum this season. I will continue, but I won't, because we seem to be doing not too badly right now.
Right. Yeah.
Tampa is on the 15-yard line, about ready to score. If they score here, boys, we're in a deep world of hurt in the fourth quarter with about 14 minutes left.
Yeah,
it's going to be a hard hole to dig out of.
Defense is going to have to stand up if we're going to make a move here.
We need a good defensive stop to stay in this game. Hold them to a field goal.
Yeah,
Doc, you're prescribing the wrong medicines. Don't be so negative. We're one step away from Black Monday.
Yeah,
Raheem Morris goes bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh,
you're right.
Bye-bye.
This will not do him any good.
Like somebody has, this isn't good for my mental or physical health anymore. So either he's going bye-bye or something's got to give.
Shit.
Oh.
Yeah. At this point, fellas, you're probably you're just watching for the young kids to get the most exposure that they can and allow them to grow. And stories like James Pierce Jr. and Jalen Walker, and watching Xavier Watts grow, and Dorless, and so on and so forth. But I think we might be a little outclassed tonight.
Tampa scores again.
Yeah, we, like you said, we have a really young defense. This actually gives us something to look forward to in the future. But as far as age-wise and experience-wise, we have a very young defense, and they actually still are playing very well. It's not looking so right now because of the way they're moving the ball, but we're actually chasing the record for the amount of penalties in a game. I think right now we're at 14. I think the record is like 23, but the penalties are the difference in this game right now. You know, but
a fumble by Bijan on their side of the field was just detrimental to us.
Yeah, that was
they
big.
only had to go 25 yards to score.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't put our defense in that type of spot.
He's been questionable the last couple of games, which is something I didn't think I'd say about Robinson, but he's been struggling recently to keep a hold of the ball, which is concerning. But I mean, while we've got him, I mean, I wouldn't mind giving Tyler some more reps because he's been underutilized this season. We all know it. So I mean, if he needs a few plays out for a breather, get his head right, I'm not against doing that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Tyler's
we were saying that early in the season that Algier needs to get the ball more. We're underutilized. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, every player that we have, just about outside of Drake London, that is. But Cal Pitts, Bijan, Tyler Algier, all underutilized. You know, there are more positive ways to get a player out and open than a screen pass. You know, I'm so tired of seeing the screen passes. I mean, if that's his bread and butter, then that's his bread and butter. But I don't see it. It's just one of the things that, you know, you have so many weapons. There are a lot more ways, you know, to get this defense to show his versatility. I mean, offense to show his versatility than a screen pass, a tight end screen pass, or screen pass to Robinson or something. We have more weapons than that, you know, and I would like to see more of it.
28-14 after the 2-point conversion.
Oh, well. It looks like, for all intents and purposes, that's game. I don't want to count us out just yet, but
yeah, that fumble was huge.
This isn't a bad football team we're playing, boys.
Yeah, true indeed. Not by a long shot, even though they did lose to the Saints last week, but like you said,
I just put that down to being a strange league, man. I don't know what's going on in some cases this season. Like, truly,
it's been a strange year for football. Period. There's a lot of unexplained things that has seen happen. Either there's a conspiracy theory going on in the NFL, or this one of those things we just label stranger things, you know, and just be done with it. Just be
we don't like to throw around the C word, and we're not talking about see you next Tuesday. We mean curse. Like you hear it a lot around Atlanta, and it's not something we hold too much, but sometimes you see some things that make you feel some kind of way.
Right. Exactly. I mean, I look back at this fumble and I'm like, wait a minute. The ball did get hit, but not like in a way so that it just fumbled out of his hands like that. Because much of that time I look at it, I'm like, wait a minute. He did get his hand in there, but he didn't really hit the ball so that it fumbles, that Bijan fumbles. But the fact that he has fumbled the last couple of games, so you have to give the benefit of the doubt. He did fumble it, but I don't know. Like I said,
that's the thing as well. At least he's doing it now at the time of the season where things are winding down, and that's how I feel about the show as well. I'm not going to take it like the weather's trying to make it so I can't have nice things, but at the same time, I'm just like, no. Do you know what? I'd rather get it out of the way now in season one. As I say, and then we come out swinging even stronger in season two. So, as I say, my shout out again to the boys. I know it hasn't been the best introduction for you tonight, but it's been a pleasure sharing the panel with you again. As I say, we've still got a lot of ways to go yet. We're only just starting the fourth quarter, but as I say, if you're happy to make to not sign the dotted line, so to speak, I'm not that stringent, but as I say, we do hope that it's not the last time we see you there again. We see you a lot more often, so yeah.
Nice It's building international Falcon football, international Falcon nation.
Amen.
That's it.
Yes,
I had to go off camera, off microphone to scream into a damn pillow. I screamed and screamed, man.
That's why we need to get these avatars up and running, because sometimes we're on the, like, believe it or not, we don't want to come across as unprofessional, but there are times where we are on the verge of a psychopathic break sometimes. So you will have to bear with us, or we'll get one of those nice little things where it's like, now loading. It's like we will be back sort of thing with the kind of
under construction
elevator music.
Yeah, my routine normally in a game like this, my routine is normally take a few minutes, go hit the bag, My wife was like, yeah, we must be losing the way you hitting that bag, you know.
I got the pillow and screamed in it like a little
Yeah.
girl.
Yeah. So I used to have another one of these dressing mannequins like this behind me. Yeah, I just turn around and punch it or whatever. Yeah. I don't do that. I don't do that anymore. So
you have to do something to just like, I just take the guitar out and like fire away on that because at least
There
it
you
means
go.
that I'm doing something constructive.
Gotta have a
But
release.
yeah, shout out to everyone
Yeah.
down in the chat as well. It's been fun hanging out with y'all. I'm sorry for the comments that I did miss along the way. But as I say, keep the talking points coming because we love to have them and there's no shows without you. So as I say, whether you come on the panels or not, we consider so many frequent flyers that have supported us since episode 1, which is just crazy because I don't know how anyone could sit and endure 70 hours of me. So you're braver people than I am because I've not listened back to it all. I don't think I will either. But
We got to give out a shout out
for the world to see, warts and all.
I got to give a shout out to old William, man. It's got to be what, 3 a.m. over there, Will?
It's going on 7 minutes to 4.
4 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Diehard fan, bro. Diehard fan.
Wow. Got it.
Yeah, much love, man. That's hard to do. When I watch FIFA soccer and it's over there, World Cups over there in Europe or in Japan, I'm watching soccer at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And when the Falcons played the Colts in Germany, it was 9 o'clock in the morning breakfast, man.
Wow. Like I grew up a wrestling fan too, so me and my mum I don't know if you could class it as the best parenting in the world, but we would sit up on a Monday night till like 2 a.m. watching Monday Night Raw, and then I would get up at 7:30 to go to school the next morning. So like I know the life of watching American sport, but yeah, man. And then even now, Moira, my fiance, she goes like to me, "You're so Americanized," and I'm like, "Can you blame me at this point? Like all my life." And that's a tough one. I'll give you 2 because I can never pick just one. So it's either The Undertaker, if you're speaking US wrestling, or if you want to talk international, Jushin Liger, because I'm a big fan of the Japanese stuff too.
Wow.
So, yeah, that would be my guys, I guess.
Yeah. My favorite wrestler, Ultimate Warrior. Andre the Giant is a legend.
Love Andre.
I really dig the old school guys back in the 2000s and 90s. Sting, Ric Flair, 4 Horsemen.
Yes.
Those were some badass dudes.
Like Sting literally just retired this year. And he was looking great right up until the end. It's like, damn, Sting. I don't know how the hell you pulled it off, man, but kudos. Like, I couldn't do that for 30 years.
My son met Terry Funk.
Obviously, the two gentlemen are free on Saturday night after the show. We've got our obviously Scottish Falcons episode, but me and C-Double, we're going to be doing the Saturday night's main event. So we'll be doing Cena's retirement. So for all the tears and trials and tribulations and all that, we'll be kind of wishing the goat and giving him his flowers. So if you're up for that, then obviously we'd love to have you. So yeah, thanks for the memories, John, and we'll do it for the last time on Saturday with you. Why not?
Yeah, and Tony Atlas is Tony Atlas' brother. Was my 4th grade
USA.
The first time I met Tony,
I remember going back and watching all the Georgia Championship wrestling from back in the day with Junkyard Dog and guys like that, and Big Cat Ernie Ladd and things like some real I'm a bit of a historian too, so much like my Falcons, I'm like I'll go back and watch the old stuff.
Touchdown, Bijan. We're in this thing back.
They had to get it back.
We're back in this thing, fellas.
9
minutes.
In
this thing, boys.
Defensive stop with 9 minutes, and you take it back down there and score again. You tie this game up, dogs.
28-21. Pending
that's the way to make up for that fumble.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way to make up for that fumble.
That's it.
Yeah.
Give me the rock,
Mayfield. Don't
give me the rock. I'll show
wrestling, man. You say that your favorite wrestlers, Terry Funk and The Undertaker and all these guys, Jushin Thunder Liger.
Yeah.
That I can give you on that one, big dog. Because I am also a fan of the Japanese product.
Yeah.
Tomohiro Ishii. Yeah, that's probably in there.
Yeah.
Fellas, why would you go for a 2-point conversion here?
I'm a big fan of Kenny Omega. I'm sorry. I've always been a Kenny Omega guy. I've been an Omega guy.
Agree to disagree. Like I felt like Okada was the talent in that story arc, but shoot me.
The work that they could put together was probably in probably the upper echelon of what you could end up doing for a wrestling match. And Okada is probably the GOAT that you could have out there. But I mean, you know him now currently as Finn Balor, but I've only ever known him as Fergal Devitt.
Yeah.
Okay.
I only know.
Oh no, I seen his rise in Ireland, so I know him as Fergal too.
Yeah,
it's like trying to have people come to me and go like, oh, I love Alistair Black, and it's like, oh, you mean Tommy End?
Tommy Ends, yeah.
Like,
I only know Tommy Ends.
Or
I don't know who
Drew McIntyre's one of the biggest. Or Drew Galloway. What?
Drew Galloway.
I remember this, like, especially with the British guys. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Old school
man, so many great memories of WWE, New Japan, WCW, and ECW back in the day. That was legit. Like the Monday Night Wars will never be forgotten. That was like the best time to be
NWO.
Yeah,
my favorite.
I didn't have a. Although I love wrestling, I'm a fan of the old school wrestling as opposed to now. And like down there, I have several wrestlers that I always like must see. You know, it was always Mr. Wrestling #1, #2. You know, the Fabulous Freebirds. Back when Steve Austin, before he was before he is now.
Stone Cold.
Yeah, when he had the stunning Steve Austin and he had the blonde blonde.
Yeah, that was.
I was always a Jeff Hardy guy. That's my gig, dude.
Jeff
Hardy and Matt Hardy, dude, the Hardy Boys.
Yeah,
especially with all of the Edge and Christian matches, the Dudleys, and all those ladder and table and matches, the triple threats to go. But Will. Tetsuya Naito, man. That's my guy,
man,
bro.
Definitely. Love Naito, love Tanahashi.
Tanahashi.
I'm going to be so sad when Tanahashi goes, like, calls it quits. But like,
Goto.
I wonder, like, it's funny
highly underrated.
Like,
Hiroshi
with
Goto.
matches we watched, I was 7 years old when I watched Taker and Mankind in the Cell live, and I was what?
The 2-story
when I watched Born to Be Wired. So it's like, yeah, no wonder I'm messed up. Jeremy.
My God, he threw him through the table. My God.
How many characters was Cactus Jack? How many characters was he?
Yeah, mijo, we're still talking about wrestling.
Dude, love.
Hey, y'all give some love to my son, Jeremy Falcon, down there.
Hey.
Oh, hola. Jeremy. Good to see you, Jeremy.
Yeah, big wrestling fan.
As I say, if you want to join your dad on the panel sometime, feel free, man. It's a family affair up in here.
Yeah, he's my oldest.
Oh, okay. What's going on, Jeremy?
Yeah.
We are talking wrestling.
He said, y'all still talking about wrestling? Yeah, sure.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that was brilliant. I think it was the 98 Royal Rumble where Mick Foley came in 3 times as 3 different gimmicks.
Yeah.
How good was that? It's just like, I love this, dude.
But he made it all work. He made it all work. He changed the age and he made it all work.
He came in as Dude Love.
Oh yeah, Dude Love.
Came in as Cactus Jack.
Guys, let me say
lost
conversation here for just a second. I don't know if you guys see this, but you talk about the most bumfuck. I'm sorry, dude.
No, fire away.
Why? I'm so sorry. Did you get to see that onside kick? Oh, it wasn't even. I mean, what is that?
It didn't hit nobody.
I have an answer for you. Raheem Morris.
That has no chance.
Black Monday.
Yeah. The kicker's trying to sell him. He's like, nah, you're done. I'll see it.
Stop, Raheem.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, dear.
Why would we go for a 2-point conversion? Why didn't we just kick the field goal and be down by 7?
With that decision, like you said, Raheem has to go. He has to go.
Why would you do a 2-point conversion?
You didn't need it.
I don't understand.
Now your chances of tying this game is going to come down to Tampa Bay making a mistake.
Yeah, and now you're going to have to make a 2-point conversion just to tie.
Just to tie it.
Yeah.
It's done.
He has to go. He has to go. And see, Dan Quinn made a mistake similar to that too, and it cost us drastically in the Super Bowl. When Shanahan called in that play and chose to throw the ball as opposed to running it, Dan Quinn should have been the one to say, "Hey, look, no, no, run the ball, kick my field goal, win me my Super Bowl."
Mhm.
But Dan Quinn, being inexperienced, he left it in the hands of his experienced offensive coordinator to call the plays, and we went with it, and it cost us. But
name a Falcons coach who hasn't had one of those issues plague them during their career.
Yeah.
Art Smith, Mike Smith, Dan Quinn, Dan Reeves.
Yeah.
I'm waiting. Jim Mora, Bobby
Yeah.
Petrino. I'm waiting. There's no clean sheets with this team, and it's frustrating.
It is. It
So
is.
yeah, after the failed 2-point conversion, you're looking at 28-20. So we will have to go now for 2 again. So
Yeah, exactly. So even if we do
not a great position.
yeah.
Man, I don't want to spoil it, guys.
No,
But I'm freaking out over here.
Oh. I guess that's a good sign.
Tell me that's intentional grounding.
I don't know, man. Raheem has to have a bigger input. That was nice. A bigger say, and stop just letting things be. Like most coaches, perfect example.
Yeah.
The coach up there in Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't happy with how the play calling was being done.
Yeah.
He took over mid-game. He took over.
I just
Big
saw what
Dan
you
Campbell
said.
Yeah, he took over.
Interception.
There we go.
Picked off Baker.
Oh
Let's
no,
do it. That's more like it, boys.
We got the ball back, boys. We got the ball back, boys.
Oh, man.
Bijan is running loose.
That was a great catch.
Bijan is running loose.
D. Alford. Shout out to D.
D. Alford.
That's that's been a
Sure, you
while.
want him off the team now? There's that 3-10 play, bro.
You're not allowed to laugh at D. Alford getting an interception. So we were just hating on
one
that
of them,
man. We were punking that man so hard.
We told it 45% on the field.
45%.
That's it.
We're gonna lose one of them. We're gonna lose either Alford or Michael Hughes. One of them we're gonna lose if we decide to keep Kobe Bryant.
I'll buy him their taxi fare now.
Yeah,
Tell me when.
one of them gotta go. Yeah, ever since that Seattle game last year, I'm like, no, there's no way. There's no way neither one of these guys are staying.
Bijan.
I'm like, wow, what in the world? We kept both of them. I thought for sure one of them going to be gone, especially since we got Kobe Bryant and Xavier Watts.
I think Kobe is a little overinflated, not overrated.
Yeah,
I think he's just been a little overinflated by the fan base because we're just excited about some dog and anybody at all.
I could agree. There is a touch of glaze there. Like you wouldn't go as far as overrated, but just a little something.
A little glaze on the
I love Jesse Matthews. I mean, I love him. I love him. The old man he's still performing. He the one that sprung Bijan. He sprung Bijan. I love him. But I'm not. I said Jesse Matthews, Jake Matthews.
Mm-hmm.
But this is show you how stagnant our offense is. We have two other tight ends that we do not use at all. And both of these guys are very capable of getting between 500 to 600 yards a year easily.
Goes. Falcons are going to stall out.
Charlie Warner and Teagan, both of these guys can be used in the offense, and we don't use them at all in their offense.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I don't know if you were listening earlier, Manuel, when I said about if you paid any attention to homegrown, we know what Charlie Warner can do with his hands. Like he was a bit more. He was a major vertical threat coming out, like even through Georgia. Like I was and an amazing blocker.
We're putting a good drive together, fellas.
Yeah,
we
you guys might want to tune in.
Driving this football down the field, down their throats, fellas.
Kyle Pitts with another catch, big dog.
Yeah, I think we may have the momentum here, boys. I don't want to speak too soon, but good hands.
His 4-touchdown game.
Let's go.
John Robinson, 172 yards.
Tyler
Algier.
Tyler.
Mm-hmm. Oh, get rid of him, Kurt. Nice.
Go 25.
Yeah.
Big run by Tyler.
The Kirk Cousins I know we could have. I thought we could have anyway.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
Come on, boys. 5 minutes. Let's go. 6 minutes less than counting.
Man,
you know what? I know this is only for prize, but I want to beat these guys so bad. Like, we've earned it tonight.
The duality of
thing. Every win we've had this season is against a team that no one expected us to beat.
Yep.
Every team we've
the duality of the Falcons fan. Will over here with his positive Pete, and I'm over here with my negative Nancy, just being like, "Wow, it'd be crazy if we win this game."
Lieutenant Dan, come on, Lieutenant Dan, you gotta get with us.
So insane.
You know what? If I'm
Will over here,
at 10
man, I can't believe we're about to win this game. It's just gonna be so awesome. We could stick it to him, you know.
Oh.
It's gonna be nice going back to work if we win this game tomorrow.
Yeah,
boy,
definitely.
2 hours away from these.
Well, not for Dan. I think he's going to be getting into work, lad. You know how I got these scars.
Boys, we're driving this ball down the field. We're taking this ball down the field, boys.
Yeah. Oh,
Mooney.
Mooney, you better.
Yeah, Mooney has to be that guy too. Now that Drake is out, Mooney has to be that guy that actually make plays happen. Now, yes, they're going to find a way to blanket Kyle Pitts. Of course, it hasn't worked this game, but because he's a mismatch for any defender. But
we might have a turnover, fellas.
Mooney has to be that guy that makes that difference. Let's put it like that. He has to step up. I mean, we're already hurt on as far as receivers. Golly, man.
Are they really going to
the ball over?
For real?
I think I might be.
Okay. We're okay.
I'm about one play ahead of you guys.
Yeah. And I think it's a bad play, but
I can't take it no more.
Yeah, Doc, you need to relax.
I am freaking out here, fellas.
We can tell by your reaction that fumble turned out pretty good on our side.
We're okay.
I'm trying not to give any precursing.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Do you know what? We know how it goes, but it's like sometimes you will get spoilers. It's pretty inevitable when you do the watch party. So I don't mind it so much.
Right.
All right, you're just seeing torture in real life.
The 70 of you that are now watching us right now as we wind down the game, and hopefully we can come up and get this tie, take it into overtime, and beat these guys.
19 penalties. 19 penalties. I'm losing my mind, 19. Bro.
Yeah.
You had to say the word record. You really did.
What did you say? 23?
Ruined it. He's jinxed us tonight.
23 record.
23, 24.
23 penalties is the record, I think.
We're at 19 right now.
By the Raiders.
Wow. At this point, if we did lose the game, like, we know that's how many yards does 19 penalties equate to? It's
going to be crazy. I think 3 of them were like 15 yarders. We had a personal. One
was a roughing the pass, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Roughing the passer, the face
mask in there.
And yeah. I mean, either way it adds up to too much. And then we just got this is crazy. This is crazy.
I mean, I don't know if it's because they're down on their. I don't know if what the lack of discipline's not the way.
And Kurt, he's beside himself. He can't believe it.
Oh. I think pick another turnover touchdown.
The 2019 Browns had 18 penalties.
Okay. Yep. I remember them being
crazy up
there. I'll take it. It looks good.
We're gonna take his word for it.
Let's hope it's Pitt's career day. You want that money? Show us.
Yeah.
Shit.
That 3 touchdowns for Pitts.
Yep. It's gonna be close.
It's gonna be one of those typical Falcons games, man. I mean,
Oh, it was indeed Kyle Pitts. Wow. He's having a Madden night tonight. Like he's putting up video game numbers.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So Pitt, we
What
are
a
pinning
game.
the 2 point.
What a
for the
game.
tie.
This is a great game to be a debut, Will.
So
We're glad to have you, man. Like we were kind of joking about in the chat, and I said words to the effect of, "We'd love your debut to have a win, but this season we really can't promise you anything." And he goes, "Oh no, I'll be in for the journey. Don't worry, it'll be all good." And it's actually turned out to be a hell of a game in the end. So I'm glad I stayed up for it. Normally, like with this team, my energy's dipping by now, but I'm all the way in. Welcome back, Dan. Oh, you just missed a touchdown. Kyle Pitts, number 3.
Yeah.
Is it confirmed?
It's confirmed.
They're looking at it.
We
They're
hope.
gonna review all
Butt lands first.
but the butt hit the ground first, or it may be even if it hits
The ass hit the grass.
Don't take it. Don't take it away from me.
but just to
Ass
make
on the grass is good.
touchdown.
That's it.
Woohoo!
Oh.
Yeah.
I need to mute myself and just go nuts.
Well, fuck it, right? Go for broke, man. Confirmed. There we go. Thank
Touchdown.
you.
Yeah.
28-26. 2 point conversion pending. Let's
Right.
get these boys.
I'm shitting bricks.
Yeah.
I've got the brick that I'm going to shit.
Aye.
How did we? What?
Was that your attempt at a Scottish accent? Bro, you want to roll your R's a little bit more? It would be shit a brick. Shit a brick.
Shit a brick. I'm
That's
going
a
to
bit
shit
better.
a brick.
That's a little bit better.
Shit a brick. Shit a brick.
Yeah.
I got to shit the brick. Nice.
Now, here's the all
As I
important.
say, a sports show, guys.
Here's an all important question that's going into the season, right? Even though Kyle Pitts has had this monster of a game, you know, he had a pretty nice few games last games. Do we still keep him at the end of the season?
Stop. Let's not have this conversation right now. The night is still young.
I mean,
Maybe he'll throw in. Maybe he'll try to catch a pass and it'll be intercepted. Who knows? Just give it a moment.
And you know what? And I said at the beginning of the season that we should have never. I mean, not beginning of the season, but we should have never signed him to that. We should never picked up his 5th year option. We should have dealt him when we had a chance. When Kansas City became calling, I would have traded that. I would have traded him to Kansas City. I really would have. I would have taken that.
But the rumor is that they were offering a third.
Yeah, I would have taken.
I would have taken it too.
I would have taken that.
I would have maybe even tried to bargain with them and say, give me a third and then give me like a 5th.
Yeah,
the following season.
Yeah.
That'll pay for everything.
Most certainly.
Put me where I need to be. And then you would be sitting this coming season with a 2nd and 2/3, maybe thinking about, or not.
Because Kansas City needs them. They need some bad. So I mean, like you said, I would have done that too. I would have did that thing too. I would have put the ball in their court, like, okay, you're offering a third, but we want.
Did we get the 2?
Done that.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
Now that presents a bit of a problem, doesn't it, boys?
Yeah, big time.
And that's going to stem back from missing the first 2-point conversion. Why would you 2-point conversion there? You missed the 2-point here. You missed the 2-point here. The goddamn game should have been tied.
Now
when you're away, when you play away, you play to tie. When you play at home, you play to win.
There you go.
100%. And I'm going to put this down to coaching because, there's an F-bomb coming. Why the fuck are you running a 2-point conversion in that situation?
Yeah.
Make it make sense to me, boys.
Yeah. It don't
make sense. It's not in the coaching book 101.
Yeah,
that's not how you do it.
If we lose this game, it's on Raheem and Raheem alone. All the more reason. It's win-win, boys. We win the game, or we're one step closer to a new head coach.
Right. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go defense.
Come back. You're probably going to look at this and say, as a Falcons fan, optimistically, we really did work really hard tonight. This Bucs team's not that great.
Yeah.
But we did work. We put the work in tonight.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's gonna kick off the.
Yeah, this is like a strong showing by the Falcons tonight. It's a strong showing.
On the negative, though, you're going to end up saying that Raheem still could have made this just by taking the extra point. You would be 28 right now. We've taken the long way to get to where we are.
Yeah.
Albert Molina says we got to find a way. I think Raheem means find a way to lose. We just misunderstood him. You know what? That's hard to argue against. After that type of decision, when you go on a 2-point conversion and you're away at Tampa Bay, you're not picked to win this game, fool.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was saying a little bit earlier on. That's one of my biggest drawbacks. He can tell you, he can write you 1,000 words and tell you nothing.
Yeah,
and I just wish he was more forthright about where he felt like the problems were, because he takes no accountability. He doesn't say, look, the issues are I need to be better. He says we need to be better, but he doesn't specifically say what the issues are, when we know and he knows what the issues are. So
for sure. That special teams kick, I don't know where that came from. That's going to be a factor. You know, even though it was we end up getting an interception, it's still gonna be a factor. Like, why would you allow that to happen? You know, that's one thing that, like, as a head coach, you looking at your special teams coach like, what in the world? You know,
brought in
Marquise Williams is quite high on my list of heads to roll when the season went south as well, because you specifically keep, say, let's just for the conversation's sake say a quarter of your 53-man roster is made up specifically because of the level of contributions they can make to your special teams.
Right.
So when your special teams are struggling and your roster's depleted to the level that it is, you start questioning, why did we even have these guys on the roster to begin with?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
3rd and short.
I don't know.
We have 3 timeouts. We've got the 2-minute warning. Our defense can get a stop. We're still in this.
Oh yeah,
we can cover Raheem's goddamn mistake. The team's gonna have to take it on their shoulders.
Yeah.
No faith in this head coach, man. You gotta just do it yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Do it your damn self right here. For pride.
Do it like Ray McLeod did it. Buck the system. Just
amen. Fuck the system.
Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me. Get that Rage Against the Machine going.
I tell you that pride is one thing that'll kill a head coach too, and in that situation, it killed Raheem. I mean, granted, you may not have liked what Ray McLeod had to say, but it's one of those things where you keep behind closed doors. You know what I mean? And that's one thing. Like going into next season, the first thing, whether it be Raheem or whoever the head coach, get rid of all the drama that has surrounded our team. This is not Atlanta. Drama, we do Atlanta does drama with the civilian world. We don't do it with the Falcons. You know, we come and play football. Is this is new to us, so we can't handle this. Even as fans, we can't handle
one thing I was going to ask you too. Do you feel like it's the sign of a weak character in coaching that you can't take criticism?
Yeah.
He said it in his interview when he was with the Bucs.
Mm-hmm.
He said he always comes into work every single day thinking that he is the best at his job. and what he does.
Mm.
And then the reporter asks him, or the interviewer asks him, but like, you've had a losing record recently, like you haven't been doing well. And he goes, yeah, I might get a little upset, but like, and you hear his like tone change, and then his tone back, and he's like, but even if we're losing, I'm still the best at losing. Like,
Wow.
like,
Wow. Never.
Like, it reminds me of that.
it will never.
Yeah, Jim Kelly and Enter the Dragon. When defeat comes, I won't notice. I'll be too busy looking good. It's kind of giving me that kind of thing.
I can't imagine a Jerry Glanville coming to here saying something like that, or Dan Reeves saying something like that. I can't do it. I can't. I mean, to someone to say, I'm
I
the
can
best.
see an Arthur Smith coming in here.
Arthur Smith would never.
Yeah, he would come in here and be like, I'm the best damn loser you've ever seen, and you're gonna lose right with me on the couch.
Right. Great stop. Yeah, I mean, this. I don't know, and I actually vouch for Raheem coming here, because of what he did while he was here as a well, he wasn't the defensive coordinator, but he was on that defensive side, on that defensive team, and
wide receivers.
And I thought that with the way he got players to gravitate towards him, I thought he would be that the ideal candidate for the job. I actually liked the idea, because when he was here, people gravitated to him. They did what they expected of him. I mean, well, what he expected of them. And like, whether you played offense or defense, when players came off the field, they went and surrounded themselves with Raheem. They went over there to him. They shaking hands with him, they high-fiving him. So when he became head coach, I was like, okay, this might work. But obviously, I just don't know. I don't know if this. And even during the draft, I'm like, okay, Raheem does not have a hand in on this, or during the practice times, I'm like, okay, Raheem is still not having a hand in on this, because there were decisions being made. I'm like, this is nowhere near the game plan I'm thinking that thought that he said he was going to implement, and it didn't happen. So I really don't know. I just like, this whole season has been like a question mark, especially on the win side of the thing. I mean, it's been a whole question mark. Why would you bring in so many of these rookies and you don't develop them? You put all of them on the practice squad. You know what I mean? Yeah. But and I think the only fact that this defense is working now is because of Jeff Albrecht.
Yeah,
simply. Mm-hmm. I mean, he made it happen.
Take it. Got to stop another. Is that another sack? Yep.
Our defense showing up, boys. Our defense is showing up. That's what we needed. A defensive stop, get the ball back. Field goal.
Yep.
Field goal. We'll do it. Field goal, baby.
That's it.
We need it.
This is the classic Kirk Cousins versus the Tampa Bay.
We win this game. I'm getting butt naked on this video chat. You hear me, boys?
Yeah. Don't get butt naked.
We already got the parental advisory sticker. It's all good. I'm getting butt ass naked.
Time to get
it. This is going to be
like break with tradition with what you've been doing the rest of the season. Do what actually has been working up to this point, and you might win. You might get a win here.
This is going to be a Mooney bomb touchdown. Some stupid over the middle crap that's going to get away from a guy, and he's going to go.
You got it, Dan.
Score, isn't he?
It's coming up.
Yeah, I can.
Mooney is his favorite receiver.
This is a Kadero Hodge, even though he's not playing right now. Random ass catch for a 79-yard touchdown.
Cousins, fourth quarter.
I don't care who you want to hit. Just hit somebody. I don't care. Anyone.
Yeah.
Kirk Cousins, fourth quarter comeback team.
It won't be Bijan. It'll be like you said. Or it might be even David Sims.
No, David Sills drop touchdown becomes the ending touchdown for the Falcons to win the game over the Bucs.
A minute 49 left.
Pulling guard. No, do you know what? Screw it. Pulling guard screen to Lindstrom. Throw Lindstrom the ball.
Kirk Cousins, 31 career game-winning drives, 5th all-time.
I like that stat. 1 minute and 49.
This is why we pay him the big bucks.
3 seconds left field goal for a field goal at the last second there.
Wow.
No way, right?
This is gonna.
Doc, you better calm down up there.
I'm telling you, Lieutenant Dan, die hard.
I'm looking for him to come down through my ceiling here. Like
I am. Boom. Right from your video, my video, yours.
Of course, it's David Sills, bro.
Well, you know what? Make mine a double. I'll jump across.
No way, dude.
Oh dear.
No way.
Well, do you know what? As
Here
we say, topsy-turvy world, they're Falcons fan. Anything that could go wrong has gone wrong tonight, but it's been a good game and an even better show.
You guys have been great company, man. You guys have been great company.
Your boys hanging out like.
Hey, buddy.
As I say, it doesn't matter how much you prep. Sometimes God has other plans, but you just grin and bear it, and you get through it. That's it. Head like Tyler Algier's running style. You put your head down and you go straight forward.
Of course, Sills would catch a 10-yard automatic catch. Of course he would. We just talked about it. Of course he would.
It makes always a great.
We had to will it into existence.
Got a great cast of guys on the platform here talking. The chat is opened up and they're inputting. So it always makes for a great show where you can get a turnout like this. It's nice.
Kirk Cousins fumbles the ball.
No.
Yep.
No.
Is Vita Vea?
Kirk Cousins fumbles the ball.
No.
Typical.
They say it's Falcons ball.
Stays with us. Minute 31.
Keep it moving, boys. Like I said, that
There's
the first
gonna
time
be
we
a
played them,
review.
like Vea
Where
and Cancy,
is
and
that
that
flag?
no joke.
Uh-oh.
Are they going to review this? Because they're saying that Hassan Reddick was the one that recovered the ball. He does fumble it. He does fall back on top of it.
Yeah.
What a crazy game.
Wait a minute.
Very
What do
great.
I care? I want Raheem gone. So what are we doing here?
Yeah.
The real enemy is
Lieutenant Dan,
still
we wanna win.
Because there was a flat holding
scheming
on
about how he's going to burn down the nearest Waffle House. We need to stop this man immediately.
Come on, Lieutenant Dan.
Hey, we want Raheem going, but yet we're rooting for a win.
Oh, wow.
I don't give a crap.
Duality of the Falcons.
A W.
At full
Oh,
force.
man.
Oh,
Nice.
Jake
I don't want to see the
Matthews.
world burn, just the Waffle House.
God, 2nd and 28. This is no, bro. Falcons, bro.
Come on, Jake, you're better than that. Third
Pass.
and 28.
They need like a mega bomb.
Yeah.
That's not coming.
Jake Matthews. After I gave him a compliment. Let me step away for a second, guys.
Father Time
no
is
problem.
undefeated,
Yeah, that's it.
and Jake
way
Matthews is
to get around
getting
that,
towards
I'm
the
afraid.
end here. He just underthrew him like really bad. Kirk had no drive on the ball at all. I don't think Kirk has much drive left on the ball.
Lack of arm
Nah,
strength.
he's had a few nice throws, but
it's
nah, I think.
he's probably cooked. If I had to take a vacation to Scotland,
Mm-hmm.
what would be the first thing that I would eat?
Well, that would depend. Chances are, if you're coming by plane, you get
Fellas.
off at Glasgow Airport. So,
Fellas, the game is getting really good now.
I wouldn't eat in the airport.
Woo!
But
Okay.
hmm,
I get
I
out of
don't
the airport.
yeah, like I don't know. I like sweets. I'm a sweet guy, so I would recommend Kraniken, which is like meringue, raspberries, fresh cream, and whiskey, and that's very, very
Sounds
tasty.
really good. Damn. I am
But
quite hungry.
yeah, it's like, especially like right at the height of summer for the week that we get. If you can come in the right week, and the berries are in season, then it's to die for. But
What?
yeah. We actually converted the fourth.
Doc.
Sells? Something going on here. David Sells, man.
We're inside the 37.
Flag on the Bucks.
Getting good, boys.
David Sills has become that guy.
Oh no,
Getting good, boys.
That guy.
Wow, man.
Oh no.
Did you ever?
Good, boys.
Before this time started.
Getting
I've
good,
gone to
Dr.
anybody
Dan.
but
Lieutenant
Sills. Come on,
Dan.
David.
Getting good.
I don't know how he made it to the team, but welcome.
Yeah. Do it again in the end zone.
Yeah.
Oh man. First
Fellas,
and 5.
I'm woo.
Yeah,
Come
we're in
on,
field
man.
goal
A field
range.
goal will do. A field goal will do.
Well, we're just outside of field goal range, technically. We need like 10 more yards.
First down, Darnell Mooney.
Okay, 6 yards right there. Boom.
Let's do it.
We are now
Come on,
technically
boys.
in field goal range.
Yeah.
Do we have any timeouts?
We have
None.
Yep. Nobody has any. Nobody has any timeouts.
They should have
Yeah,
2.
that's a fair point, Brandon. Sills has gotten some separation this season. He's got open. It's just his hands have been lacking. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Are we going to win this game?
What? Oh, man. I hope so.
What?
No, we're going to miss the kick, right?
Like I told you.
I'm coming to Florida.
For everything that's went.
I'll find you.
For everything that's went up our eye tonight, man. Don't do it. Don't do it. Like,
right here, boys. This game is ours.
Oh man.
Do it.
4 seconds. Come on. 45-yarder.
Look at Evans. He's already going to the locker room, it looks like.
43-yarder.
Let's go. Come on, Zane.
I'm just gonna. We're not falconing.
Yeah, they're just gonna keep run the clock down.
We're gonna
Good
falcon.
decision. Run the clock down. Don't leave any time on the clock for Baker.
Mm-hmm.
That feel when you falcon.
One more run play or
Come on, Zane. You've got this.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to get too excited at all.
Lieutenant Dan.
Like
he iced his own self down. Why he do that, I don't know.
Raheem looks like he's about to get fired. Like his face is just like the most fireable thing.
Yeah.
He's sitting there like, if you don't make this kick,
what
I'm cooked.
Every game, his face gets. his eyes get redder and redder.
Yeah,
So
and more sunk in. Like the inevitable understanding.
Look at him.
Fired, like
look at him. He's just waiting for the season to end because he knows it's coming.
Oh.
All right, let's go on through this thing.
Way, dude. No freaking way.
It's time for me to grab my stress ball, y'all. Oh boy.
Did we get it?
Falcons win.
Falcons win.
That's it, boys.
That's it.
Woo-hoo!
GG's.
William! Woo!
Nothing to do with me, y'all boys. You're the good luck charm, so I need to get you signed up now. Let's go.
What?
Oh.
Just happened?
What an upset.
As we say. What a game.
Bye. Bye, Tampa Bay.
Howdy.
Oh,
yeah.
What a game. Panthers #1 now. As we say, what is this world?
No, we just
I don't know.
Number 1.
Oh.
That is a team bailing out the head coach.
That is crazy.
That is a team bailing out the head coach.
I think they did it more for themselves more
well,
than anything.
At least they'll be back next week.
Boneheaded decisions were still there.
Woo!
Those were dudes playing to win a game.
William!
Yeah. Do you know what? Your first night on the screen, boys, and we got to share a win. What a game! And you know what? Like that's a good as time as any, because while the guys are going crazy, I'm going to remind you all that we here at AFN are the voice of all the fans from around the world. So if you want to earn your kilt, you know what to do. Contact the guys on the panel. Let us know what to do. We've all got solo content coming. We'll be all coming together for more good stuff. You're going to catch more Kettle sessions as well. But I think we're going to go and have a wee party in the back right now. But we appreciate you guys, so many of you, with all your chats, all your great takes and everything like that. But before we do, I'll go around and get everybody's last thoughts and where you can get at them. So we'll start with the newest blood into the building, and we'll go back around. So Manuel, you were the last to come in tonight. So as I say, you've got your new project coming up, the Sports Fix. So tell the people about that.
Goodness. Yes, it's a lot of work in progress. Atlanta Fandemic Sports Fix is set to air at the beginning of the year, and that channel is going to basically gear toward all Georgia sports, professional sports. Right? There are a lot of sports here, professional sport, that are not getting the exposure. I didn't learn to this year that we have a playoff volleyball team. So I mean, we got a new hockey team coming on, and then with the FIFA soccer experiment coming to Atlanta, it's going to be huge. So I haven't played soccer since high school, so I mean, but I've always watched it. I've always enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm going to still continue with the Atlanta Falcons fandemic, because that's my blood. I've been a fan since 1978, so I can be found on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Set to soon probably hit the Spotify. So I mean, the project is set to launch at the beginning of the year. So look out for me. Please go to Atlanta Falcons Fandemic. Please subscribe. Please support it. And for my present supporters, I appreciate everything, guys. I welcome the opportunity to work with anybody. So just give a shout out, and thanks again for having me on with you.
Yeah, always a pleasure. Always a blessing to have you on, as I say. And one of the guys that's more than earned his kilt at this point. He's been through the ringer with us this season, so we appreciate it ever so much. And as I say, if there's anything I can do,
oh, live willing.
It's right. Scotland weather.
To get you.
There he is.
There he is. Hello. So, Dan, tell everyone where they can get at you, and your closing thoughts, if you would, sir. And thank you once again.
You guys can find me on the. Yeah, absolutely. No worries at all. You guys can find me on Twitter at UNGR_show. And you can also find me on the YouTube's Unintentional Grounding, as well as Gaming with _Lieutenant Dan, LT Dan, where we do some gaming. We do some collegiate sports stuff there. I haven't had a lot of time to do a lot of posting and things, but you can always find me on the Twitters and see my thoughts and things like that, content we put out on there. Closing thoughts. This team is silly. It's a silly little team.
Yeah.
It's a fun little team to watch and what they do, and they act the way that they do. It's going to be a long road for this team, because a lot of the moving parts that this team are going to have going off into free agency, as well as the holes that they have to fill over these next few months into the draft season is just it's a lot. It's a lot for them to be able to do in one off season. So I don't expect. I expect us probably to win at least one more game, but I don't expect us to have an incredibly high draft pick, and I don't expect us to really sign a whole lot of guys. I expect us to probably just go through these next couple of games, see what the rookies have, and then make the adjustment at the end, because who knows what Arthur wants to do, man. So I'll catch you guys later.
It could be a long process, but hopefully we'll all be able to go through it together, because as I say, you might be seeing these gentlemen for the first time, but I pray, and as I say, we'll have a little bit of a chat in the back. But we hope and pray that it's not the last time we'll be seeing you. So we'll throw that into the mix as well. And Dr. Dirtybird, Mr. Falcon, how are you feeling? Where can the guys get at you if they want to talk some shop about the Birds?
I appreciate you, Will, for inviting me for my first ever debut on this channel with you. What a game, what a debut, such excitement. I felt like I wasn't watching the game by myself. I had comrades, mates that I could lean on and help me get through this crazy game with how many penalties, so many things that we hurt ourselves with. But
yeah,
after all, it's the ending score. You can find me on Facebook. I've got a group called Falcon and Friends for Atlanta Falcons. And so since my last name is Falcon, been a Falcon fan since I was a little kid. And if you're a Falcon in the Falcon family and you're not a Falcon fan, we toss you out. We kick you out the family. So everybody knows we represent, and we represent it big since birth. So thank you so much, Will. What a great game. From here on out, like we said, playing for pride, playing for your job, playing for possible teams in the NFL next year. Man, I'm looking forward to discussing draft with you the rest of the season. I hope you really ask me back, man. I had a blast. Thank you so much, Will.
As I say, whenever you've got time, you've got space, and that goes for all the guys in the group chat. And one more little comment I'd love to shout out. Atlanta Falcons Wales. So some more of the British Birds. Brother, we made a third 06-28. Are we free from the curse? Do you know what? Maybe. I don't want to be that guy because there's still a long ways to go this season. We don't want to be talking about things like juju and curses and no. I don't want to be mixing. I don't want to be mixing in forces that I have no business messing in. But you know what? We appreciate the comment, and one of the biggest things, and I shouted out earlier on in the show, is that I wanted to drive because my stateside guys are locked up. As I say, I know talent where I see it, so I've got a whole lot of guys over in the States now backing me up, coming on doing these shows that we love so much. But what we don't have is a lot of support as of yet in Europe and in the British Isles. So if you want to get together and do something, and you'll be able to see some of the Celtic brethren come together, then drop some red and black down in the chat. That's something I'd love to make happen as well. Because as Jeremy says, shout out to your boy, we don't need any more bad juju.
That's right.
Like that.
That's right, Milo.
And then, of course, for myself, you'll find me on everything at Will the Thrill Waddle. I've got the Real Spill solo content where I talk about wrestling, college football, maybe even play some music. So if you're into that kind of thing, there's lots of good things coming up. You'll also see me probably doing some post-game at some point. We've got another episode on Saturday with the Scottish Falcons. We decided to give Des the night off because, as I say, he's been grinding from Portugal. So we better let our boy get his holidays and get a bit of a breather. But he will have a nice surprise to wake up to in the morning. So no spoilers, please. If you're hitting up Des, just don't mention the score until tomorrow.
I don't know. Des might be up there doing what Doc doing up there. He's,
you know what? Maybe he's been watching this whole time. He's just been in the back, just chilling. But you know what? If he's been cloak and dagger about it, but no, we appreciate you so much. But yeah, you know where to find me by now. But anything AFN's doing, you'll find me in the building. But until next time, guys, always remember the AFNI. We love our ATL. And before we wish good night to all our brother and sister Dirty Birds, this is the one I promised you about, Brother Raymond. We would remind you as always in closing that pain is international, but so is passion.
You're the man,
thank you
Will.
so much, everyone down in the chat, everyone who took the time to share the panel with me tonight. And until Saturday, much love. Peace out.
Spread the word. Spread the word.
Spread the word.